I was just finishing up happy hour. I got caught. Well, Wednesday, and it's as I say, we're rolling down these days, and you're counting down to free agency period. You're going to see this stuff all the time. All of a sudden, I'm looking up and say, whoa. Okay, the bleeding's going to start. Now, I know that last year, Kyle Rudolph didn't play much. As if something happened to him. I'm not sure why he only played I think he got injured. But last year, actually 2020, I don't think anything should be held against anybody for 2020. What a ridiculously strange year. Anyway, last season, Coach Shanahan may have been plotting to run his dual tight end sets like he did during his glory days in Atlanta when they became the 7th most productive NFL offensive team in history. But the Niners signed Jordan Reed for the 2020 season to pair up with All-Pro George Kittle. And the table was set. But, as you know, I know, Jimmy went. Not only Jimmy, but George, Debo, everybody that was anybody went down at least for a few minutes, right? So the 49ers couldn't make that dream come true. Reed was the alternative to Austin Hooper, who the Niners also pursued but lost out in the bidding to the Browns. Kyle Rudolph is now on the market suddenly. Should the 49ers attempt to gain Rudolph for the 2021 season? And tonight we'll be taking your calls for your takes on gaining one of the NFL top pass catching tight ends and everything trending during this Niners offseason 2021. And whoa. Per Ian Rappaport, here was the stinger of the day. His tweet, 49ers center Weston Richburg recently had hip surgery. Source said there's no timetable for his return. After not playing in 2020 due to other injuries and due $8.35 million in 2021, it's likely that he's played his last down in San Francisco. His future on the field is to be determined. Enter Alex Mack. Now it's so important. Where it was casual and you could hope for Alex Mack. Maybe if things go wrong, we'd be okay. We'd do something else. Now it's get Alex Mack, Kyle. Whatever you do, get Alex Mack now. Anyway, let's get into the meat of this program tonight. We'll talk about that. The Vikings on Tuesday announced the release of Pro Bowl tight end Kyle Rudolph, as you already know. While the Niners won't have a ton of money to play with in free agency, Rudolph is the type of player they could allocate some of their resources to if they can find any extra change, right? As I mentioned earlier, Niners last offseason pursued free agent tight end Austin Hooper before he signed what was then the most expensive tight end contract ever with the Cleveland Browns, which didn't help us none because George Kittle's contract was coming up minutes later. Whatever they pay George is not enough. The dude is badass. If they're still in the hunt for a pass-catching tight end option to pair with George Kittle, Rudolph he just makes a lot of sense on this. He's 31 years old, and his days as a primary weapon are likely behind him, but how he can be used now, certain places. George is still going to do the most of the grunt work out there anyway, as far as nobody's going to make the run game work better than George Kittle's, which is why we didn't have the run game we should have had last year. So George is still going to be on the field doing the George Kittle, but now you've got George, and you've got an all-pro on the other side of George, just like we had Jordan Reed. I don't know the status. But anyway, up until last year, when he caught only one, he was still an efficient touchdown scorer. The 5 years prior to that, Kyle averaged 6 touchdown catches per season. I would bet, though, Mrs. Rudolph's baby boy is still a weapon in the red zone who's veteran and crafty enough to get open still. He knows every trick in the book, right? And physically enough physical enough to beat down defenders on contested throws. And you see that photo, I didn't know Rudolph is huge, man. He makes George Kittle look a little kind of small. I didn't know he was that big. Could be the photo angle too, though, but still. But being able to plug Rudolph in as a pass catcher would be a significant upgrade for the Niners. Ross Dwelly's okay. He's good. He's solid. He's playing. I don't want to get rid of him. And Charlie Warner, who is on a rookie contract, Charlie can hang out. We're still working on him. Going to change. They're primarily blocking tight ends, so they're not going to make a DC really worry about them. Right? Niners shouldn't and better not be willing to break the bank for Rudolph, though. And if a team offers him starter money, you just say goodbye to them. But okay, thanks. But, cool. The 49ers will be out of that running. But if the players market comes in and something they can afford, the 49ers absolutely should be able to bring in a two-time Pro Bowler to roll with their own Pro Bowler. Hashtag bring Frankie home. Fam, I don't know the signing status on Jordan Reed, as I mentioned, but this is one of my pipe dream needs. I got to have, if Jordan's not going to be around, I don't know if Jordan's going to go out and find somebody else to pay him, but maybe not. Because Jordan Reed was probably looking for somebody to pay him last year, and they said, no way. But Kyle said, come on over here, man. You know my system. Let's go. Because we were robbed last season of seeing what Reed and GK could have gotten done together. If not, a Rudolph Kittle combo along with more. Listen, fam, this is the thing that I'm picturing in my mind. I know everybody thinks everything's Jimmy's fault, but I actually know better than that. If you put Rudolph and Kittle along with the more mature Debo and the child of great expectation, Brandon Ayuk, fam, I tell you what, if Jimmy can't get it done, I'll tell you what, I'll join the Jimmy Haters Club on that one. We're talking an incredible combination of skills, youth, and veterans that could make for one of the best air forces in the NFL. Oh, Jesus. That just, But like last year, I saw the same thing coming. So, it's all about the health more than anything else. Because these guys got the skill. They just got to stay upright. Man. We'll see. But tonight, fam, tonight address a suddenly dire center situation in San Francisco. Give me a little bit on that. And yay or nay to see if you can find a way to sign Kyle Rudolph. We're going to see a lot more happening, though, because look for dramatic cuts to start taking place. People got to reduce salary now. We'll see. Aiden Christopher, I agree about Kyle Pitt. Hey, if the thing is, you have to get him before pick 12. Would the 49ers look at him as that kind of a priority? I just don't think so. If he falls to 12, and then everybody's going to say, oh, my God, Pitt's still available? John, don't give us another lineman, man. Go ahead and get Pitt. Like last year when I was saying, Javon Kittle, all right? Give me Henry Ruggs. I need some speed, Kyle, please. The 49ers select Javon Kittle. Oh, man, okay. Bruce, hey, what's up? Saints really. I didn't even know about that. The Saints released Jared Cook today as well. He gonna want starter money. That's better than Rudolph. Whoa. Ruined my whole subject matter for the night. All right. Add Rudolph to the mix. Cook. Oh, God. Jesus. To bringing in two tight ends, we have that kind of money. Russo. Ray Jude, what's up? We pick up Mark Fields today. Niners are making moves. Mark, he's 24. I knew maybe get a better look at him. Maybe he's okay. I didn't jump at that because I didn't know what he's why they get rid of him. Anyway, for Kobe 49ers, hey, Rob, thanks for the platform. Thanks, Kobe. Thanks, fam. He also said, I would love Kyle and Kittle is solid group, but vet wide receiver is more important. Maybe not in Kyle's system. You just go ahead and hold on to Kendrick. Because you got those two tight ends. Now, and you got Debo and you got Ayuk. Man, I wonder what Kyle's thinking. Tony, right? No, Ronbo, it will be Hayden Hurst. Hayden Hurst? Hayden Hurst is available? And Kyle Rudolph? Oh, man, this is the kind of news. I didn't catch all the news, apparently. Gabriel Zamudia says, what up, afternoon, Ronbo? I need that 6th trophy before I get old and die. Yeah, what's going to happen, man? This team's too ready, man. Kyle's not going to lose forever. I just know it. Oh, just the man I need to talk to. It's Chill. Phil. Okay, where are people getting this? Joe Montana, I watched that interview. He didn't say anything about moving Garoppolo.
Yeah, they got it out of context.
Yeah, that's not what
and
he
the other
said.
thing is, who whined when Steve Young took his place?
You know?
Because of injuries. Joe had a broken back. He had an elbow problem. He had a sternum broke. He missed a lot of games towards the end of his career, and he whined. So
and what he said was, I don't think they're going to move. He's at his age, and, he's been winning for him when he's out there. But, hey, I didn't know they were going to trade me. That's what he said. You're right. What do people consider? They can't wait to come up with something. All right, go ahead, Phil. About this situation, though.
Here's the thing, Ronbo.
I'm listening.
We have zero cornerbacks under contract right now.
I know.
Zero. We need 5 of them. Okay? Who are you going to put out there? Joey Bag of Donuts? We had that against Miami.
Yeah.
You saw what happened.
Yeah,
Patrick killed us.
It was bad.
Come on. We're drafting corners. We're going to probably draft at least 2 corners in the draft.
And try to find one in free agency, probably, right?
Well, we're going to try to get Verrett and K1, and we'll probably draft 2 more. I mean, that's how many corners we need.
And Phil, from what you're saying, you can't stop at that because you got to get tryouts. You got to get some guys to compete, and you pick the best ones. You're absolutely right. So it's a pipe dream.
I mean, we're delirious thinking that we're going to draft a quarterback in the first with the 12th pick because we got to have a shutdown corner, or else we're in trouble.
True.
Then we need a center. We need a right guard.
Mm-hmm.
We need a safety. We need a fullback.
Phil, how dare you come in here and talk good sense?
Quarterback isn't our biggest hole.
And ruin my day. You're right. Absolutely right. These are all priority positions. You got looking from the list down. You're right, cornerback.
Tackle. I'm sorry, I forgot left tackle. Oh. Jeez. Let's wake up, folks.
Yeah.
Let's wake up. We got too many holes to fill.
Yeah.
And you know what? A lot of teams do this year.
Yeah. But you
so
look at
it's going to be crazy.
And can you imagine the Saints? Jared Cook was like, if you don't have Michael Thomas, you got Jared. And he was killing us. The only reason we won that game against the Saints last year is because Spoon knocked Cook out of the game. Otherwise, they couldn't do a thing with Cook.
The Saints are going to have a fire come June 1st.
Yeah. And
it's going to be garage sale. Here, if you want this guy, you can have him.
What if Lattimore, Phil, what if Lattimore ends up?
And you're going to see on the Rams, too. And you know what? Another thing gets me. When they talk about, the Cardinals, they improved. The Rams, they improved. No, they didn't. Neither of them improved because they've got cap hell now, and J.J. Watt just took up all of the Cardinals' cap, and they lost their linebacker who had 10 sacks, Hassoun, I forget his last name, and they lost Peterson, the corner. They lost, what's his name, Fitz. So,
whoa. Peterson's out?
Yeah, he's free agent.
You're right. They're not going to re-sign Peters.
So,
he wasn't that good last year anyway. Wow.
I mean, this is crazy. I mean, they didn't get better. They overpaid for J.J. Watt, and now they can't sign anybody. Yeah. And they've got holes, too.
Yeah.
The other thing, the Rams. The Rams are $30 million over the cap. They lost Johnny Johnson, their safety. He's really good.
He was good.
Would like to sign him.
Yeah.
They lost Floyd, one of their best linebackers.
Whoa! Oh, I got to read more, man. Oh, Floyd's out.
They've lost. They're probably going to have to cut Brockers because his contract gives them some cap relief. It's crazy. I mean, and we've got too many holes to fill, and we've got a cornerback situation where we have nobody under contract.
Yeah,
So
yeah, priority one. I actually meant that if we have any money by any chance, but there's no way to have any money. You got to sign for Rhett. I mean, I figured they got Trent Williams already figured out, but you got to sign for Rhett. You got to.
and as far as Richburg goes, he was through anyway.
Yeah, I know, right?
And so is Ford. And it's going to be a June 1st cut, so you can spread it over 2 years and get more cap money. But I think that's in the plan for the Niners.
Yeah. And now there's no argument. If you feel bad about it, the man's hip is gone. So, yeah.
Yeah.
God,
I mean,
his
career is gone. Maybe he can retire.
Yeah, he needs
and then
to.
we can save some cap space. But,
him and Ford. Yeah, Ford's done.
Yeah.
Phil, we're going to go because I'm going to run out of time here tonight. I got to leave out of here a little bit. But listen, Phil, I'll be looking for you and all that wisdom and all that keeping up with things that I miss.
Cornerback.
I know.
Big cornerback.
I know.
All right, man.
I'll see you Friday.
I'll talk to you later.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye, Phil. Phil poured water all over my smoking, man. I was sitting there visioning them too tiny and sense. Jimmy looking off, like, boom, hits. Hey, where we at? Hey, John.
Ronbo.
Well, John, Phil was the first guy to call in, and he already shot the show down. But, Phil's absolutely right. There's no tight ends in the 49ers' future that's running around. If there's any cornerbacks out there that are going to be running around free, like Lattimore leaves New Orleans, I mean, the 49ers are going to talk to him. But, help me out here. Is there a way I could smile? Am I going to get a tight end? Do you think that Jordan Reed at least will come back and act nice with his salary?
If you're going to ask about, other teams' salaries, the 49ers don't have a lot of money, but we have money, and it's really frustrating that there's a lot of people who say, oh, the 49ers are going to lose everybody. It's so funny because the Saints are almost $70 million over the cap. Our rivals, the Rams, who we've whooped on, because I think a Ram caller called last time and he was talking a lot of smack, they're over the cap. And they're going to lose, and they're going to lose some players. And one thing I want to say is that, unfortunately, the news of Weston Richburg, their center, who is younger than Richburg. I was doing some calculations. He is a free agent, and McVay has the same system of Kyle Shanahan, so we can steal some of these players. And when it comes to these cap casualties, the 49ers are going to find a way. I do believe that we're going to start hearing, every NFL team backloading contracts because everyone talks about Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is making a lot of money. Ben Roethlisberger is owed $41 million. And the general manager said, and the general manager said, in a press conference, he said, since 2017, we've been back Ben's contract because, all that money stuff, that they were dealing with their team. And look at the Steelers. They don't have no money. There's some players that, from that team also. I'm not worried about the cap because the 49ers have money. I know J.J. Watt went to the Cardinals. I know Matthew Stafford went to the Rams. But there's a reason why John Lynch isn't doing nothing, and I hope I'm right, that he's learned from all his mistakes. And he's saying, you know what, I'm going to slow down. I'm going to look at what I can do. Then I'm going to offer contracts to the players, and we'll see what the 49ers will be able to do.
Yeah. Makes sense because he's been there now. He's been there long enough now to collect a lot of hits and misses to actually know what he's doing. I agree with that. So,
then Joe Montana, I read on NBC Sports Bay Area. Joe Montana did not say, I saw Grant Cohen show all the way, the entire hour, and so I was listening to his, stuff. But Grant Cohen was, making it out that, Joe Montana, because he has 4 Super Bowls, that, the John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan has to listen to him. Well, here's the problem. He said that Jimmy Garoppolo is the quarterback for 1 more year. And I agree with Joe Montana. I think he was reading my head. Mm-hmm. We need to see what he can do in 2021. Mm-hmm. And then also, I don't like to blame anything, but 2020 also sucked, not just for us, but for the players. And the NFL, they're also suffering. And the 49ers, like someone was saying earlier, I don't know if I was watching which sports, network, but they said that imagine if the Saints or the Seahawks or the Packers had 70-something players. They would have been like the 49ers. But it happened to us. And everyone's saying, we got a clean house. Just imagine if that would have happened to another team, what they would have been saying about that.
I know. Yeah. We have a special group of fans that I hadn't realized until this year. Interesting thoughts, actually. I'll put it that way. It's fun. I'm gonna get Joe's video, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut it and put it up. Joe never said get rid of Jimmy. That's not what he said. God, I'll post it up. I'm gonna get it anyway. But John, okay, we're finding out now we're not gonna have Richburg next year, and Phil made it. Phil's right. You can't be looking at the luxury picks as much as the very big necessity picks, especially in free agency. You got no cornerbacks. None. I mean, so they are priority 1 this year. And, Farley, Surtain, one of them is going to be on this team, John. I got a feeling after the draft.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, just to simplify it and make it quick, the 49ers are going to do what they believe is going to help the team. And if that's trading back and getting more picks, or if they're willing to say, all right, we're going to take the best available player at 12, whatever they do in the next couple of weeks, in 2 weeks, it's the show. We're going to start seeing what's going to happen. So, that's about it.
There you go. All right, John. We're going to see you Friday, and good stuff, as usual. All right. Have a great night, fam.
Rumble, as always, your show should be the best show ever on YouTube, but for some reason, like, comment, and subscribe. Help this guy, continue to, because he lets us call in, and even if you and Rumbo disagree, I still like this guy, Rumbo, and it's 49ers all day.
Thanks, John. That's what I'm here for, to argue. I love it. Have a good night, fam. Hey, it's Casey.
Yo, what's shaking, Rumbo?
Casey, man, I came in tonight with a big smile of hope in my face, and Phil came in here and told the truth about the whole matter, and I don't know what to do with myself at this point.
What did Phil say?
Phil said,
I thought Phil was the chill pill.
He was.
There's no chill pill tonight.
And the thing is, he was absolutely right, though. I'm looking at Kyle Rudolph.
What did he say?
Well, okay, I like Kyle Rudolph to join with George Kittle in case we don't get Jordan Reed back. And now you got those dual tight end sets.
They got Dwelly
going crazy. Well, Dwelly's coming. But Jordan Reed is not going to make. Dwelly's not going to make DC's plan on him. Now you got to worry extremely hard if George is out there paired up with Kyle Rudolph, right? And Dwelly is good. I don't have any problem with Dwelly. I'd keep him anyway, no matter what. But the thing is, we don't need Kyle Rudolph. We need...
No, they need Frank Gore.
Or if you can't get Frankie could come back next year. Frankie probably played for like a minimum, probably too. But what you need is cornerbacks. If Lattimore falls for some bizarre reason in New Orleans, you go ahead and spend the last couple of money on him. Yeah, but you need Isaiah Verrett.
Oh wait, you said cornerbacks?
Yeah, we don't have any.
Oh, okay.
We got Mosley, I think.
Well,
that's it.
I called about quarterbacks tonight. I wanted to talk about Mac Jones from Alabama.
No, you can talk about that if you want. I just mentioned the subject matter that I started with. So Phil already killed it, so you can talk about anything you want to talk about.
Yeah. No, I mean, Kyle Rudolph that'd be great. I mean, I'm pretty happy with Dwelly.
Yeah. You will be, because I think that's all we're going to have, unless Reed comes back for
really
a substantial amount.
And he'd be cheaper. But, Mac Jones, man, I spent like a few minutes on Google before, waiting for the call. And if that guy's available, man, they'd be stupid to not take him. He's really good. He averaged 11.2 yards a pass last year and had 41 touchdowns and 4 picks.
Yeah, he's he's a Kyle-style quarterback too, from what I could see of him. See, because a lot of people think, get a quarterback in that can carry the team. Well, see, Kyle, his ego, Casey, Kyle wants you to run his offense. All you need to do is run the offense. Now, there are times when you need to ad lib, but mainly run my offense. That's Kyle, because that's how good he is. So this guy, Mac Jones, he looks like that kind of guy. He could get it done. Yeah.
He looks really smart, and he has a great arm. I mean, if he's available, they have to take him. Absolutely.
They might.
I mean, he's a really, really good player. And Trevor won't be there, but I actually would take Mac over Trevor.
Trevor who?
Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I don't watch college football. I spent like 2 minutes looking this guy up, waiting for the call. But just from a few minutes,
you better go look at Trevor Lawrence first. Lawrence is going to the Jags anyway, but Lawrence is he's pretty good.
But if Mac's there, if Mac is available at that time, they gotta take him.
Yeah, you can't get him at 12. We don't have any cornerbacks. Just like me, I want a tight end. I want Kyle Pitts.
It would be a huge mistake if they didn't. If he's available and they get a quarterback, it would be a huge mistake. It would be a huge mistake because they can just get. I mean, they have Verrett, they have Witherspoon. Like, we got to stop tripping over people who are 26 years old, Ronbo. It's
Casey, you got
to give people a chance.
Here's a problem. You got to sign Verrett. There's no guarantee. You've got to sign people. If you get a draft pick.
Well, right now, what they need to do
I'm just saying you're saving. I just want to say you're saving money. Casey, you're saving money.
They need to find the best player on the team.
Yeah,
they really don't have the best player on the team right now. There's no clear number one. They can't have George be the best player on their team. They need. I mean, you can, but
I know, but he's not. Fred Warner is no slouch. Okay, Nick Bosa is no. We got a lot of great players. That's why we ended up being in the Super Bowl. But quarterback at number 12, and you don't have any cornerback signed. I don't know, Casey. That's.
I'm just saying, Ronbo. It would be a real, damn. We should have done that.
He might be available.
The guy had 41 and 4 last year, man. I mean, and I know he had Devontae Smith, right? But I mean,
he also has that.
You can see he passes the eye test. He's got a really quick release.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Jimmy. I really do. I just I don't know. I think.
Well, yeah, no. Everybody hates
unless
Jimmy.
It's okay. Comes out really hungry.
The thing is,
you got to look at this year.
But you got to look at number 12.
If he comes out hungry.
Okay. I'm just saying, Casey. Yeah. Your first round pick. It's in our situation this year. You can't really afford not to go away, especially this in the cash strapped year. You can't go away from the cheap kid that might be of a help day one.
I see what you're saying, but I don't know personally. I'm just saying, if I was the manager, I would look at Mac Jones as a 10-year player and say we have to take this guy. But that's just me.
Yeah, because a lot of quarterbacks, first round quarterbacks, the majority
of them. It sucks because once you're 28, you're really old in the NFL, right? You got to have something
at
going
some
for
positions.
You. You got to be you got to be Fitzmagic, or you got to be
Casey, the way they protect quarterbacks nowadays, 35 is a minimum to even think about needing to quit. Really? I mean, you can't touch a quarterback now. If you're back in Montana's days, yeah, 30, you probably got a lot of licks put on you. But these guys now, man, they're protected like nobody else. They'll be fine. 35, 36. You got Brady out there. How old is Tom now? 43? Come on, it's not that dangerous. Casey, Drew Brees, he's just outside to retire. Let's get Roethlisberger, they got time. Hey, Casey, we're going to run out of time. Let me see you Friday then.
Right on, Ronbo. Have a good night, man.
You do, fam. Tommy Huxley, thanks, fam. Well, I don't know about all that, but thanks. I won't read it. Thanks, Tommy. Yeah, we just did that. Hey, Krusty!
Hey, Ronbo. How's it going?
Krusty, man. I just wish we could make sure we got that offense all lined up so people can get off of Jimmy's back. I've been saying for a long time. We don't have a number one receiver. We got guys hurt. Most George Kittle plays a percentage of the year, and yet Jimmy gets all the blame for everything that's wrong with that offense. Run the ball. Jimmy can't pass it. So, I got all excited when I see Rudolph out there. I got excited last year when I saw Jordan Reed about to join us and George Kittle. We couldn't keep them both healthy at the same time. So, and Phil comes in with nothing but the truth, the whole truth, so help him God. Yeah, Case, Krusty, what are you thinking? I'm going to give up on my dream about Rudolph and anybody else playing tight end. I'm going to give up on Kyle Pitts in the first round. Well, give me some good sense, or else give me some alternative sense.
Well, I was going to say this is Kyle Rudolph's a no-go. In my opinion, even though he's got the concessions things, if we can, I'd rather bring Jordan Reed back. I think he'd be cheaper, and he's a better talent in my opinion. So if we were going to bring back another tight end, I'd bring him back.
Jordan.
But, we also have Charlie Warner, like we did last year. We didn't really use him because Ross Dwelley was in there and everything, and Jordan Reed, obviously. But if Ross Dwelley leaves in free agency, maybe it gives Charlie Warner another chance, to prove himself, because he didn't really get a chance last year. He played a little bit, but not very much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Kyle Rudolph, no. I don't see it happening. I think he's going to ask for too much money.
And then there's that. Yeah. Because he's going to say, I can retire. I don't need to play for pennies and risk getting hurt again.
Right, exactly. Here's something I was thinking about, though. You know how we were talking about J.J. Watt signing with the Cardinals the other day?
Yeah.
What if they sign J.J. Watt? Because I've been also reading that there's a possibility that they might cut Chandler Jones. They might have,
Whoa!
Because if Chandler Jones takes, if they cut Chandler Jones, they have a $5.3 million cap hit, and they save $15.5 million in cap space. So there's a huge, because they owe him $20 million if he's on the roster at the beginning of the year. So if they cut him, they only take a $5.3 million cap hit. That's it. So that might be why they signed J.J. Watt and gave him that guaranteed money. So
they don't have to pay him much this year.
I thought that if that happens, we're going to find out pretty soon. So I'm hoping that happens. But,
wow. Shocking. Because they would have had.
They still got Isaiah Simmons who could run off the other side. So,
true.
Chandler Jones had the bicep injury last year. So maybe they're thinking about saving money. That's why they signed JJ. But
wow, drama. Our camp is not the only place Dramas is building. God, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So
I can't imagine that.
I keep hearing. We just picked up a cornerback off the waiver wires from the Texans. Mm. So I thought he was just a backup in college too, so I'm not too excited about him. Just see what he's capable of doing.
Yeah, he's gonna have to try to make the team. Is what he's gonna have to do. We'll see. He hasn't done a lot.
He's got to try to make the team. But I still don't see us pulling a quarterback in the first round.
Hey, Krusty, your sound is your sound just went R2D2.
Yeah, you're sounding like RVD on me too.
Yeah, it's going crazy. Are you on a mobile device by any chance? Are you using an ear?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me try.
Okay, that's what it is.
Can you hear me better now?
Still doing the same thing. Okay, are you talking right into your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's clear. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I took you off my Bluetooth.
Oh yeah, they do sometimes struggle. Okay.
Okay, what I was saying is I don't see us pulling a cornerback in the first round. Still, I still think we should go offensive line in the beginning. Go for Slater. If Slater's not there, pick up a edge rusher. And if that's not there, then trade back. I think we should get a center. Huh?
I like that strategy. The thing is, because you're never going to lose with a good offensive lineman or actually defensive lineman either, as long as you get them in the first round. They're usually kind of good. And then trade back. The 49ers probably targeted some cornerbacks that they can get anyway, because they've already thought about these things. They know where they're going in the draft.
Right. Yeah, because like everybody's been saying, last time we drafted a cornerback in the first round was Jimmy Ward.
Yeah.
And then Akilla Witherspoon was the next one, closest one in the third round.
Yeah.
So I can see us drafting a possible cornerback in the third round.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm seeing us go that route.
Or if you could pick up a second
free
round,
agency,
you could pick up.
I think we should go center in the second round.
Yeah, no,
That's my personal opinion.
Do we have a second round pick right now?
Yeah, we have 1 second round pick.
So, if you trade down and you pick up another second round pick, now you got 2.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It sure isn't.
But
you know what? That's what they're going to do. I'll bet you.
Right. Like the wide receiver I'm thinking that we should get out of this draft is probably we can pick him up in the 5th, 6th, or 7th round is Frank Darby out of Arizona State. He seems like he's a decent return man. He did a lot of punt return, I believe, for Arizona State.
All right.
He's a decent guy too. So maybe
too. All right.
Maybe go that route. So,
Chris, we ran out of time. I like that. Let's see what develops between now and Friday, because I think the drama builds a lot every day between now. By God, the wire went nuts today. Jared Cook leaving New Orleans? That's amazing. We'll see you Friday, okay?
All right, man. See you Friday.
All right, Phil.
All right.
Got it. Okay, night, Chrissy. I got to look at you. Hey, Dion.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
D, man, all kind of enlightenment. And let me mention it again. I'm going to mention this every few minutes. Joe Montana did not say get rid of Jimmy G. But y'all need to go back and listen to the tape again. D, go ahead, man. I'm like, Phil already corrected me on my wish of adding a dual tight end set that includes Kyle Rudolph. So we've kind of left that subject matter. But I do, finding out that we don't have a center, Alex Mack, but Phil says, we need a corner. Man, we don't have a corner. But Dion, you're in Arizona. Reflect a little bit, too, on the matter of Chandler Jones may become a cap casualty.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are becoming cap casualty. Golden Tate got cut today. Kyle Rudolph got cut. And there's probably going to be more cap casualties to come. So it's a continual thing. So, we don't know what will or won't happen. There's going to be some cap casualties. I'd like us to have some cap casualties in Weston Richburg and D Ford. I would have loved for both of them to be cap casualties a long damn time ago. But that's neither here nor there. But, I mean, Phil does make a good point. We do not have any cornerbacks. We just signed some cornerback off of waiver wire today. Yeah. But this guy has no stats. He's done nothing. He's no one. So it's like,
he'll be trying to
I'm one of those, like, I've always felt like this. I'm not going to report on someone who just isn't going to make a difference. Mm-hmm. There's nothing big about this guy. There's nothing that he, there's nothing. And, we have him. We probably still have the rights to E-Man Mosley.
I thought they already signed him, actually. Maybe not.
Yeah, I think because he's an exclusive rights free agent because of the time accrued in the league, so he can't necessarily go anywhere. So we'll have at least those two guys. I know Jimmy Ward's still there. I know we have a couple of safeties, things like that. But yeah, we got a lot of needs on the defense.
Let me just shed a little light on what Dion said. Fields has appeared in 5 games and recorded 2 tackles in his 2 NFL seasons. He is the son of former Pro Bowler Mark Fields. The 49ers community staff later announced the move and provided the following rundown. Yeah, let's see, 5'10", 180. I'm not sure, but go ahead, D.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like 5 tackles in 2 years.
Yeah,
you ain't even got on the field to do anything. Yeah. And what kills me is they always feel like they can pick somebody up and dust them off and turn them into gold. It doesn't always work out that way. So I don't know who this kid is, but as far as like some of the guys that are becoming free agents, we're not gonna make a move in free agency. We don't have no money.
Yeah.
We don't have enough money to really go make a big splash.
All our free agents are going to be our own, right?
It's going to be us. Yeah, it's going to be us trying to figure out who out of the 41 free agents we have are we going to actually try to keep. If they do have a good thing, if they have something figured out for Trent Williams, love it. Great. Perfect. I would say we can pray to God that if anything, if we can't get Alex Mack, we just, like I said, sign Ben Garland, sign Hieronymus Grasu, cut Weston Richburg, who's a waste of space, and shift Daniel Brunskill back over to right guard.
Please.
Because other than that, you're going to have the line. The line's going to wind up being Brunskill at center. Colton McKivitz is probably going to slide in at right guard, or they'll probably mix and match him and Justin School to see who actually does a better job. Because the thing is, we already know Mike McGlinchey is a liability in pass pro. So, the right side of that line was where the issues were. The left side of the line wasn't really too many problems. So we've got a list of people that we need to sign and a list of things that we need to get done. I do expect Robert Saleh to poach a couple of 49ers from us. Don't doubt that. He took half the damn staff with him anyway. I really feel like he's going to smash K1. Out of everybody. Got to be his first person to go after. Yeah, I mean, when you got the best nickelback in the game, it only makes you better.
And offer make him an offer nobody can refuse.
Oh, yeah. He's going to make him an offer no one can refuse. He's going to do that easily. But, I mean, we got a host of things that we need to get taken care of. So our free agency is going to be quiet as it has been. We never really did anything big throughout our years, and this goes back to the Balky days. His first signing was Zane Beatles, the worthless trash guard from the damn Jacksonville Jaguars. Like,
but he can play any position on the line, though.
It doesn't matter. He's still trash. So those are things that happen that, and then our free agency these past couple of years has been lackluster. When our free agency moves were great, was when we had Scott, I think it's McClugan or McLaughlin or something like that. When we had him, he would go after big-name free agents. That's how we got Nate Clements. That's how we wound up with Patrick Willis. You know what I'm saying? That's how we wound up getting the Cowboy and putting him on the staff. Like, these are things that happen. And it was like, we went out there and really made moves. We never signed anything. And Trent Brown is gone. I'm looking at the NFL Total Access right now. He just signed a 4-year, $60 million deal with the Las Vegas Raiders. So, guys, if you're looking for Trent Brown to join the 49ers, get that out of your head because he's been paid.
Yeah, Trent can protect a quarterback. Boy, if he can't run, but he can protect. D, we got to go, fam.
For dang sure. All right, brother.
Let me see you Friday.
All right, brother. You have a good evening. Nothing but love for you, Ronbo.
Niner Gang Podcast. That's the D. All right, fam.
Good night, brother.
See you Friday. There he is. And Michael, you were a huge hit the other day. People are still talking about that. I think Rudy, as you know, you made him a huge fan. And that guy Michael was pointing out, we got plenty of money, and I don't think our general manager's an idiot. He knows what he's doing. Michael, further
Can
put
you
some
hear
more
me
emphasis on the
first,
fact
though?
that he is an idiot. Come on in, Mike.
Can you hear me?
Like clearly, I can hear you.
Okay. Y'all were talking about J.J. Watt a little bit ago. You know what the
Yeah.
cap hit this year is for J.J. Watt?
What is it?
$2.5 million.
Let's see. That means
That's
the rumor
all
of
the
Chandler.
Arizona Cardinals paid for J.J. Watt.
Yeah, they gave him all his money already.
Yeah.
They guaranteed it.
Next
Yeah.
year, they have a $19.5 million cap hit. That's how they're doing it. And they'll probably carry a little cap hit on 2023 when he's not even around. So that's
Cap will
how they
expand,
ran
though.
that.
Things are going to get kind of normal. Cap will expand in the next 2 years. So some of these people will be affordable.
Well, it's going up about $40 million next year. So
Yeah.
that's I know that's what it's going to go to.
But you're probably right.
There was news that came out today. Weston Richburg and D Ford both probably are not going to ever play in the NFL again.
I'm not surprised.
So we saved $7 million on Weston Richburg because he has zero guaranteed money. It's like $7.5 million. So that puts us up about $25 million in cap.
Yeah.
I know y'all don't believe it. Jimmy G's gone. There's 25 more million. I guarantee you.
Michael, you got him going this year or next year?
No, I have him gone within the next 10 days.
Okay.
Before the start of free agency. We cannot afford $25 million quarterback that's a 90% shot he's going to be on the IR again. You want to talk about waste money? Waste $25 million again on it.
Okay. Wait, who's going to play quarterback?
It's going to be probably, I'm going to say a 95% shot Mac Jones and 5% or less shot, and it's going to be Zach Wilson.
So the 49ers going to have to trade up to get Wilson. Mac Jones, Mac Jones may be available at 12.
Get Mac Jones too. He ain't going past Carolina.
You think
He's skyrocketing up the draft.
Maybe. Because as you mentioned, Wilson, Lawrence is going to Jacksonville. Trey Lance, is he a first-round pick?
Trey Lance is not going to get past Washington.
Right.
At number 20.
And how about Fields?
That could be the guy that slips out of the draft, out of the first round.
Okay. You think? Hey,
I consider him a Solomon Thomas 2.0.
All right. Because I don't see Fields being that good. Okay.
No, I think he's a draft day bust.
Yeah.
My friend's a big Ohio State guy, and he says I would not draft him regardless. He needs to sit on the bench just like Aaron Rodgers did for 3 years before he comes out. He needs experience. They will screw him up because they're going to throw him right into the fire to start with, and it'll screw his career. He'll be a bust.
That ruins many a quarterback, doesn't it?
It ruins many a quarterback.
Blaine Gabbert never did recover out of Jacksonville.
No. The thing with Mac Jones and Zach Wilson, they're both the most accurate quarterbacks in the draft, even over Trevor Lawrence. They can throw the ball in a thimble at 50 yards. I didn't say a bucket. I said a thimble, which is a little bitty thing like that.
That's some serious quarterbacking.
They both anticipate the throw. They know before the guy breaks out of it and the ball's already out and it's going to be in a spot where the guy's going to be that he ain't even in yet. You look at any tape on them. They're dominant when it comes to knowing where people are going to be, how to get the ball out, and where to get the ball out. Right. They see the entire field. They're not, what's his name? Grant Cohn said, Kellen Mond is my guy. Well, I went and watched the Alabama tape. He's garbage. He's trash.
Yeah.
Just the Alabama quarterback, Mac Jones, and BYU, Zach Wilson see the fields. I mean, they're both day one starters. They're going to dominate the NFL for the next 20 years.
That's a big prediction. Because
hold me to it.
Yeah. Well, for Mac Jones, I like him though. I saw him and I said, "That's a Kyle kind of quarterback." And Kyle probably has noticed him. But I got to tell you, though, Mike, Kyle always sees quarterbacks that none of us see. Would you have chosen C.J. Beathard in 2017?
No. No, he's horrible.
So,
I run a Facebook group, right? 49er fans for life. We have 117,000 members in it. And I post every year who I like first round, second round picks and stuff. Out of the last 15 years, I've hit Pro Bowlers on every pick in the first 2 rounds.
Wait. But how many years?
Last 12 years.
And you picked a Pro Bowler in the first round Pro Bowler for that every year?
Well, I wanted to draft Justin Jefferson last year. What'd he do?
Yeah. I had a good year.
100 some catches, 1,400 some yards, 7 TDs. I think I hit a home run there if they would have picked him. But I mean, I love Brandon Ayuk. Don't get me wrong. If we ever get a quarterback like Mac Jones or Zach Wilson,
make him even better, right?
Unbelievable. You're going to see 100 plus catches, 1,700 yards, and 10, 12, 13, 14 TDs a season from Brandon Ayuk. You just got to have a quarterback. Somebody that's going to be there.
Did Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota, those years that they came out, who'd you pick?
Jameis Winston or Marcus Mariota?
Remember that year?
I would take Jameis Winston.
No, I mean, but who did you pick in that year for your Pro Bowler? You've been doing that for a while.
What year was that?
20.
I mean, I could go back. The year.
Real quick, because we're out of time.
All right. Shoot. What year was that?
All right, let's go ahead, because I forget what year it was. 2016 or 2017, I'm not sure. But anyway, have it ready next time. I want to see about your Pro Bowl picks.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, I can run over them real quick.
No, we haven't got time now. Mike, we're out of time now. We already ran over. I'll be looking forward to seeing you Friday. All right?
Yeah. I'll have that ready. And that's what we discussed about all my last 10 years, 12 years worth of picks.
Yeah, give us at least 5
in the first
years.
round.
Okay.
And I've got data to back it up because I can show the post from the group.
Okay, that's what you're going to need, too. So we're not going to believe it otherwise. All right. Mike, have a good night.
All right, you too.
Thanks. And my dog's best friend says, sorry I interrupted you so much tonight, Ronbo. I love you, fam. Oh, it's Casey. P.S. Trade a first for Frank. Frank? What Frank? In this draft? Oh, you mean for Frank Gore? No, Frank, Casey, your kid, right? Frank, you'll come on over. You don't need to use any draft picks. I think he's a free agent this year. Mike Miller is a 64-year-old big show. But it's JJ. I know you were talking about. I thought you were talking about a football player. Thank you for the contribution, JJ. Show actually used to like Jimmy. I don't know. JJ. Hey, Mike. Lee. Lee. And draft. This is good. Lee, perfect following right after Mike. I can see what this could be.
I love talking draft. So
All right.
What Mike was touching on? I'm not a big fan of Mac Jones, but he'll probably be there at our pick, Rumbo. I think I told you that. That guy needs the 3 Ps. Rumbo. Yeah. That guy needs the 3 Ps. He needs a play caller. He needs playmakers, and he needs protection. And we don't have the best protection.
Mm-hmm.
We got some playmakers. We got 2 young guys. We got Kittle.
Mm-hmm.
But also, rookies, they don't come into the league and set the league on fire. Not even Mahomes that he sat on the bench for a year, Rumbo?
Yeah.
And
because that quick speed moving around them, it blows them up. I mean, mentally, they've got to re-engage, because you just can't come in and segue right from college into the pros. This is why I always freak out when people say, pull Jimmy, put a rookie in. Oh, no. I don't mind you putting somebody else in, but not a rookie. Go ahead, Lee.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like the last few years, I've looked at the drafts thoroughly, but I haven't really looked at quarterbacks because I didn't think, Jimmy was playing pretty well. We just signed him to that big contract. And I haven't looked at the quarterback since 2017 draft. Like properly, like I've watched games and stuff, but I haven't really looked at it to scout someone and pick someone in the draft. Yeah. And I was looking at quarterbacks last night, Ronbo, and I just felt like a lot of these guys are overhyped again. Like Zach Wilson, the guy that Mike was just saying, Mac Jones. Like, I don't see a high ceiling from Mac Jones. He doesn't have a very powerful arm. He's a pretty good processor. That's where he sort of beats a guy like Justin Fields. Justin Fields and Trey Lance, they're superior athletes. You know, if you want a guy that can get out of the pocket and move, if you want a strong guy with a big arm that can throw 60 yards, they've got those physical traits, but they're just sort of, they need time to really develop, and they could be easily boom or bust, like Justin Fields or Trey Lance. And that's why I'm not high on going quarterback in the first round. I feel like your best option to go back to the playoffs this year is to stick with Jimmy. It's not to draft a rookie, because you're not going to get Trevor Lawrence. You're probably not going to get Zach Wilson. And I'd say Justin Fields goes quite early too. I don't see him falling out of the first round. I heard Mike say that. Nah, he's not falling out of the first round, Ronbo. No way.
And for the reasons you stated too, a lot of people are going to be fooled. Every year this happens, Lee. People look at guys in college and think they're going to bring that same dynamic game to the NFL, and they come in and all of a sudden, whoa, he's struggling, isn't he? And you know, Lee, I know you can confirm this. Next year's quarterback batch is not as good as this year. Is that true?
Oh, well, some people were saying that it's better. Like, some people like that guy from North Carolina, Sam Howell, and it's probably better this year overall because you got guys like that Rattler out of Oklahoma, but they're still untested. I don't feel like they've really done nowhere near as much as a guy like Trevor Lawrence or some of the quarterbacks in this draft. And there's some sneaky quarterbacks I know later in the draft, like, you know, rounds 3, rounds 4, you could probably get maybe even round 2, like there's Trask and Mond and guys like that, Newman. But I'm not high on them because these guys look like they still need a lot of work, Ronbo. But the benefit of that is you don't have to waste the first round pick. And, you know, it's so easy to bust with a quarterback in the first round, especially when you're missing out on the top, say, 2 or 3 guys, eh?
So scary. It's a crapshoot after that. If you're not the one, but even the first round guys that pick 1, 2, and 3, it is still a gamble. What did the guy with the Chargers? What did he get drafted in the first round, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Tua went before him, and you had, you know, Chase Young in that. I think he was a second one off the top of my head. I've watched so much film I can't even remember last year's draft.
But he was in the top 10.
I studied it pretty thoroughly. I think he was he 7? Between 5 and 7, I think. They picked last year the Chargers because he was from Oregon, Justin Herbert. But see, you know what's funny, Rombo? People weren't really rating Justin Herbert, but he had like good arm. He could move. He was like the Josh Allen, if you remember the 2018 draft. And people weren't rating Josh Allen. They were like, they were all going on about Darnold and Baker Mayfield, and they weren't, you know, and those were 2 guys that sort of slipped back a bit, and they ended up being probably the better quarterbacks in both years. Josh Allen and Herbert, and they've got traits like guys that Lance and Fields have, which is, you know, big arm and they can move, and I think that's why people fall in love with these guys. But they're still real raw, both of those guys in this year's draft.
So, you know, this is why I say, you know, if you guys think Kyle is going to bring a rookie in to run a Super Bowl ready team, I need some of that stuff you're smoking. That is so not going to happen. If anything, you know, Lee, and would you bet on this? CJ, he brings CJ back before he bring a rookie in. Kyle wants people to know what they're doing out there, especially at this point with this team. If this is 2017, we're starting over, we were building, okay, maybe. But no way.
Exactly, Ronbo. And the Shanahans are known for, like, they like going with, like, experienced quarterbacks, you know. Apart from RG3, name me a guy that they've drafted and wanted to develop into this guy that's going to take him to a Super Bowl, you know?
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
They don't really do that. And I don't see it happening, like people talking about, we're going to get Mac Jones and all these rookies. I mean, you were sort of laughing at that early on, Ronbo, because I think in the back of our mind, we thought, no, it's not happening. Yeah. But it's going to be so interesting.
You can confirm this too. Does Kyle Shanahan look like a guy that's looking for a quarterback that's coming in and run his team? Who looks like it? Who's the big ego? Who's the alpha dog on that field, really? When you look at what's going on, is it the quarterback or is it Kyle?
It's Kyle. It's Kyle. Because, you know, Jimmy, listen,
I can't believe people can't see that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and he's the game changer. Like he's the key to our offense. It's Kyle Shanahan. Now, I just don't see it happening. Obviously, if guys fall in the draft, like guys like I said to you last time, I think guys like Waddle, guys like Pitts, and guys like Micah Parsons, if these guys fall, I'd have a real hard time passing on those guys, especially for quarterback, because a quarterback's just not really going to help us in the window now. And I remember a caller the other day, I think it was Will Ronbo, and he was talking about let's get Trent Williams, but then let's let Jimmy go and get a rookie. Like, to me, that sort of defeats the purpose of keeping Trent Williams, because you want to win now while he's on. Yeah.
He's not going to stay, Lee. Those guys aren't going to stay just to work behind a rookie for years. They haven't got time. He's too old to begin with. Lee, we got to go, though. Great to see you. Get in here Friday. I'll be looking for you.
Thanks, Ronbo. Shut up. No worries. Thanks, Ronbo. Thank you tonight, Empire.
Thank you. Night. Good day, Lee. Lee's in New Zealand, so he's having daytime. All right. Bye, Lee. Oh, God. And, the Seahawks fan, my dude. And he's the only Seahawks fan you can actually like. He doesn't run a lot of smack, but he does come in and drop in some great contributions. He says, thanks for being live. Not much good NFL content on here. Thanks, Seahawks fan. Can you believe? Thanks, Seahawks fan. Gotta love it. See, that means there is a possible for peace to actually happen in this world. Starting with the sporting community. Oh, in fact, there he is. It is Dollar Bill. Oh, Will. Come on in, Will. Will's going to dispute everything I said.
Ronbo. Hey, Ronbo,
Yes.
I got a question.
Okay.
You want to play a game?
What kind of game?
It's a question game.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you the question. Tonight.
All right.
All right. After the statements you just said to Lee, let me ask you this, Ronbo. Question number one. You want to keep Jimmy G, and he has $27 million on his head, and our salary cap is real low right now, to the point where we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. So how would you, if you were the general manager, how would you restructure or retool this team while Jimmy G has $27 million on him?
That the question? That it? Okay.
Yeah.
First, it has already been stated that we can redo his contract and make that cap hit a lot less, somewhere around 10 mil, to release, to be able to spread around and play some of the ball players. That's already been said.
Do you think that's enough to bring back Trent, Juice, and Verrett?
And yes, and you know why? Because you need a quarterback if you're going to compete next year anyway. Also, you're going to give contracts. Everybody, all the players on every team are aware of the fact that people are getting let go. Now, if you don't want to take a one-year contract, or not a one-year contract, but a contract that's backloaded, there are strategies that I could use that I could keep my players, or they can go and run the risk of trying to get signed somewhere else in a market now that's going to be flooded with a lot of competition. So, yeah, that's how I'd handle it. I got a feeling that's the way the 49ers are going to handle that, too.
Okay. All right, question number two. If that doesn't happen and Jimmy doesn't restructure and he keeps the $27 million,
then you get rid of Jimmy, right?
No, I'm not. That's not the end of the question. He keeps the $27 million,
okay,
and they do decide to keep him, and he keeps his whole $27 million, and they don't sign Trent, and they don't sign Verrett, or Juice, and Jimmy G, God forbid, gets hurt. And it's a season-ending injury. How would you feel about that, Ronbo?
Okay, Will, that's God. Okay, that's a projection, a prediction.
Yeah, it's a hypothetical.
It's a what if? It's like a hypothetical question. How do I answer that? I mean, how do I answer that?
Yeah.
Because that's something I would have had to make a decision before the season started. So pretty much, your first question kind of negates the second question because. Of course,
Ronbo,
I'd feel a little bad about losing everybody because I signed Jimmy.
Ronbo, don't run away from it. It's a hypothetical question, so all I need is a hypothetical.
Well, hypothetical answer. That means I don't answer it, right? I'm just saying it's a kind of.
You gotta answer it. I mean, if I give you a question, you have to answer it.
And you want to know if I feel bad? Okay, the bottom line was, will I feel bad about that? Is that the choice?
Yeah, I just want to know how would you feel if Jimmy G didn't restructure his contract and keep the $27 million
and you lose all those players,
and he gets right and he gets hurt. You know, how would you feel? Would you rather wish they would have got rid of Jimmy G before if you knew that was going to happen? I mean, I just
well, if I knew that was going to happen, yeah, that's why I'm saying it's a difficult question to answer. I mean, Will, you've already decided, along with thousands of others, that Jimmy G, without question, without a doubt, no possibility, is he going to survive next year. I'm not, you know, I don't feel like I need to think like that. He went through 2019 without getting hurt. It's possible he can survive a season. He's not. It's like anybody else in the league. Who knew Dak Prescott was going to break both ankles? He never got hurt before last year. I mean, there's just no way to know these things. No way to know.
I mean, I know. I mean, it was just a hypothetical question. I just wanted you to give me a hypothetical answer. That's all.
Okay,
would you be mad? Would you be sad? Would you be enraged?
I wouldn't blame any one player, including Jimmy. I mean, guys get hurt all the time. That's just the way this game is.
Okay, question number 3. Why do you think a rookie quarterback will not succeed in Kyle Shanahan's offense when it's been proven he's been successful with a rookie quarterback before? I mean, who are you to determine a man's fate when he comes into the NFL? And why do fans say what John is going to do instead of saying what they should do? Like, people call on your show and act like they're up there in the front office, like they just know what they're going to do. Like, I mean, why? I mean, that's what makes my blood boil. People call your show and say what the 49ers are going to do. We don't know what they're going to do. When I call Ronbo, I tell you what the 49ers should do. I don't tell you what they're going to do. When I criticize, when I get on Jimmy G, I don't say the 49ers are going to get rid of Jimmy G. I say they should get rid of Jimmy G, and I give you the reason. But you got certain fans that call your show and tell you what the 49ers are going to do, like they up there kicking it with Kyle and John, discussing plans of the future and stuff like.
Well, I know what you're talking about. Listen, I think people it's just a word difference. I mean, you have how you feel they should do, and some people believe that that's what's probably going to happen. It's just a little difference. I think that's the only difference. I don't think anybody's insisting upon being believed. I believe Jimmy G's going to be kept too, but I'm thinking that's the way Kyle's thinking. I'm just trying to think like Kyle. I think everybody does that. They project their own feeling like you, but you just use a little different setup when you say it. It's not anybody being...
Because I say what they should do. I don't call like other people call and say what they're going to do.
And think they know what's going on for now.
Like I said, what the 49ers should do, which I think they should.
We don't have time to go through the whole thing again. We heard it.
Get the $27 million,
and get it and distribute it among some of the players and keep them and get a rookie contract and get a rookie player. There you go. All right. I feel you. I know what it all leads
to at the end of the day, Ronbo. Let me finish. Okay. Like you always cut me off. I only got
because we're out of time. I just don't want you to go long. Give me 20 seconds, please, Will. We got to go. We're way over time. Go ahead.
Okay. That's what I'm saying is you get that $27 million back, sign Juice Barrett and Trent back, and we good. It leads back to that. Everybody calls and said, "Well, what about the offensive line? We need to address the offensive line. We need to get Trent Williams back. Okay. We need to get certain players back. Right. We need to get their pieces back." Well, what you think we got to do that?
Will
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I don't know it. You made that clear earlier. All right, because we got to run out of time. Because I got to go soon. I can't go overtime with everybody. But Will, I understand what you're saying. We got to go, and I'm gonna see you Friday.
You, Ronbo. Shout out my TNT family, man. Trey, make sure all them guys, man. Super Bowl 56. It'll be the San Francisco 49ers versus the BNL. All right, Ronbo.
All right. I will.
Right.
Back at you, fam. You know I do.
All right.
Hey, fam. Seahawks fan, there's something inherently wrong with me. Seahawks fans, thanks for the contributions. This guy over here is, hey, Seahawks, are you probably been entertained by Niner Mike? He could be in at any moment. Hey, when I see Yamin, Brian Lee, there's only one Brian Lee. Yamin did he leave that as a message? Yamin says he will return on March the 6th. You gotta love Yamin. He's announced his triumphant return. Yamin, you better do it too, man, because we've been waiting on you, man. This is hilarious. Steven!
Ronbo! Oh man, I just heard about the what was it? Brandon Cook? Who was it? Jared Cook?
Jared Cook of the Saints.
Woo, man, and Josh Hill too.
Oh,
Josh Hill and Josh Cook, they're both gone. They're all gone.
Hey, Steven.
Jared Cook and Josh Hill.
Wait. Who'd you mention? Who? Josh? What?
Josh Hill.
Really? These must be late
Yeah,
breaking.
so Saints released Jared Cook and Josh Hill.
At least you didn't say Taysom. Listen, and also you already heard about Kyle Rudolph being thrown out, and there's two tight ends. I mean, there's going to be every day between now and next week, Steven, it's going to get stupid out here, man. And then you got Russell Wilson saying, look, I'm tired of getting hit. All right? Got to go. And there's Dak Prescott.
He wants to get traded out.
I know, right? And there's Dak over there saying, I want $44 million, Jerry. And so now you watch what happens next. This is going to be funny. Russell already said, the Dallas Cowboys is one of my teams. Now, can you imagine? This is fun stuff. I'm going to get my popcorn stocked up. This is going to be fun. But Steven, our situation, I've already been corrected. Forget about Kyle Rudolph. And as you're watching the exodus of people leaving their teams, what's going on now? I mean, what are you going to do here? Are we going to lose anybody in the next few days? Tomorrow even?
Oh, I don't know. Ronbo. The Niners have been real quiet on their 49er unsigned free agents, so it's kind of tough to decipher whether or not or what they're going to do, who they're going to keep and who they're not going to keep. I honestly, Weston Richburg, he's already out the door. Hip surgery, you can't come back from that. As a football player, that's damn near impossible. Especially in his position, not possible.
We get a squat and get hit. Oh, no. D Ford, there's some more money gone.
Yep. So signing Alex Mack would be a smart move on the 49ers just because we need a veteran center. We could definitely utilize him at any possible way. I'd say re-sign Jordan Reed because he's going to be cheaper. He's going to be a lot cheaper than, what was it? Jared Cook, Josh Hill, and what's his name? I keep forgetting the dude from the Vikings. There's so many names that are dropping.
That's Rudolph.
Recently. It's hard for me to keep up with all of them.
Kyle
Rudolph.
But Steven, here's the thing: where are those guys going to get paid? Where are they going to get paid? Are you? Everybody can't play for Jacksonville and New York. Maybe one of them can. Two, but man, everybody can't play. Those are the only people that have money.
Yeah. Like I think who said it? Was it? Oh man, was it? It was your second caller. I forget who it was. I'm trying to remember.
Okay, did we start with Phil? I think we started with Phil tonight. So Phil snapped me into action. Oh, John.
John.
Yeah.
He said everyone has money. Some people don't have a lot of money, and we have kind of a bit of money. Basically, the way I see it is, some teams got $50 in the pocket. We got $20 in our pocket, so that way, we don't have a lot to spend, but we still have a lot of money. Some people got $5, and if you're the Seahawks or you're the Saints, you're in the negative. You either got $5 to negative. So it's, we got a little bit of money to play with. We still got to sign Trent Williams because, now with J.J. Watt going to the Cardinals, that makes the O-line that much, it puts the O-line at that much more of a risk, because J.J. Watt's a big dude. Yeah, he's old, but he's still a real strong, big-body guy. And, we need someone who can actually hold them off. And Trent Williams is that guy. Trent Williams can do it. But one thing that's scary to me is that, I forget who it was. I saw a news article about Washington football team saying that one of the players were saying that they could see Trent Williams coming back. So I don't know if they're talking to Trent Williams, trying to bring him back, but I don't think he's going to go back. If he does go back, that'll be kind of crazy because he said he would never go back just by the way they treated him.
Yeah,
but
that owner,
it's crunch time.
Yeah, he's not going. He may go to someplace, but he's not going to Washington.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the 49ers have Trent Williams figured out. What do we lose as far as draft capital for Trent Williams? They've got that one figured out. They got it figured out as soon as they brought him in. They figured that one out because we were already the COVID situation was already underway. So the 49ers pretty much had that one figured out. I don't doubt for a minute the 49ers aren't going to re-sign Trent Williams. But everybody after that is a question mark.
Yeah, like Jason Verrett, I don't see him coming back. I don't. He's just, it sucks. It really sucks because all of our corners are pretty much unsigned. We don't have them. No one's talking to them. KB kind of got a little bit chit chat. Kyle Juszczyk was a little getting a little bit talk here and there. But our corners, no one's reached out to them.
I know.
Nothing about Spoon. Nothing about Verrett. It's just dead air for those guys, and that's what's really scary. Are they going to draft and try to go get young talent that are fast, or?
Steven, now that you mentioned it, what's going to happen here? The 49ers are going to watch the fallout from every team that can't keep players, and they're going to look at that position you're talking about. Watch and see. We're going to find out later on this week, probably. Probably between now and Wednesday. We got to go, though, Steve.
Yeah.
Steven, and see you Friday, okay?
All right, I'll see you Friday, Ronbo. You take care.
Thank you, fam. You too. The adventures of the NFL between now and next week. Oh, my God. Look out, fam. It's like John Lynch says, stay awake, faithful. Morgan. Come on in, Morgan.
How you doing, Ronbo?
Oh, Morgan, man. The intensity's picking up. You can feel it in the air. You're watching these guys that are getting released. Nobody is safe.
No, Ronbo, I'm reading. Reporters are texting NFL head coaches, and they're saying next week is going to be what do they call it? They called it a massacre of teams. Teams are just going to shred talent.
That's the way they're describing it?
I don't know why a massacre. I don't know why people want us, and excuse my French, to blow our load in the first, like when free agency hasn't even started, when we don't even know who can be available.
That's true.
We have no idea who is going to come.
And good point. You know why, Morgan? Because people's like, man, everybody's making moves. So 49ers, what are you doing? Just sitting around on their hands. John
we wanted
Lynch.
to spend all our money, and all of a sudden this crazy free agent comes, and we're like, oh, we can't afford you.
Our guys are waiting. They're just waiting to see, just waiting to see.
There is no reason to make a move before free agency starts.
And they might wait till the last couple of 2-3 days, but as far as jumping as soon as you see something, oh, no.
No, everyone wants to be reactionary. There's no reason to be. We're still in a fine spot. We're still one of the best teams in the division, even though people think the 49ers are fourth after all these moves.
Yeah.
I think is nuts.
Well, we got money coming on June 1st because, as you know, D Ford, I had a feeling I really do feel Ford's going to take an exit. We're not going to save a lot of money on him, but in combination with Weston Richburg, that's a substantial amount of change. That takes
save a little bit, and I do think they're going to restructure Jimmy. There's no reason to do it right now.
Yeah, you need to know how much you need to restructure.
And if they don't have to do it, there's no reason to do it at all.
Well, yeah.
They might not have to do it. They think that's probably their thinking. It's like, hey, if we need to do it, we'll do it. But why do it if we don't have to?
Well, they probably already talked to Jimmy about it, and I doubt very seriously when Jimmy said, "No way." I'm
Jimmy. He would love to be restructured.
Right? Jimmy likes
his
guys.
Them.
Yeah, they've had his back the whole time. When the attacks come, Jimmy says no word. His boys go out and take care of it. I love it.
Yeah. This is not the year for Jimmy to try to get out. I don't think he would, but this is not the year.
Yeah.
If I was, I'd want to give me a couple more years on there. We'll backload a little bit. Give you guys cap space.
Sure. Yeah, he's a team.
I like these hypotheticals you were getting earlier. Well, what if this happened in the South? I got a hypothetical. What if we traded Jimmy Garoppolo? We got Mac Jones at 12. Hopefully not. At 12 would be ridiculous. But what if we did that? And we go 4-12 next year, and then Jimmy Garoppolo, we trade him to the Patriots, and he's in the playoffs. Taking them to the Super Bowl. Yeah. How you feel then?
This is why it's hard to make those kind of things. No,
you
there's
can't
no
do
way to predict
Anything
who's going to get
happen.
hurt. Yeah, if you're going to talk in hypotheticals, I mean, God, that's really difficult. Nobody.
You can't do that.
Yeah. I mean, Jimmy could have, be the healthiest guy on the team next year. People predict injuries, Morgan. I don't understand. Jimmy's going to get hurt. That's
Even
not
if
a
Jimmy
promise.
was healthy last year, we lost way too much to go to the Super Bowl. And we probably would have made the playoffs if Jimmy was healthy the whole year, which should tell you how valuable Jimmy is.
He has had some unfortunate
Everyone
circumstances,
thinks, we're wasting all these guys' years to keep Jimmy. You know what? 2018, we weren't a playoff team. There was no wasting anyone's years there. In 2020, literally half our team got hurt.
Especially the offense.
Yeah.
And Morgan, here's a question too. What do we look like before Jimmy G arrived? We looked like a hopeless team. We were the laughing stock of the NFL.
I didn't even want to watch. I watched the games, but I didn't want to.
Right? So that's why I appreciate Mrs. Garoppolo's child. Because until he arrived,
she did a
we
good job.
were complete
Good job.
ass. This is why I support
I'm not
him.
saying we can try to upgrade, I'm sure, but not with him off the team. I don't want to take that risk and all of a sudden have
bring a
draft
rookie
at 2-14.
Draft a kid, please. I hope they do.
Yeah, I'm all for them drafting someone. I don't want them to do it in the first round because I think got more pressing needs.
We do.
But
and maybe
you got to
second or
draft a
third.
guy third, fourth round.
Let's do it. And I
I'm
hope
all
he's got
for
some
it.
skills. Don't bring somebody in here that can't push Jimmy. I want somebody that's got Jimmy scared. Push him to his next level.
Yeah.
And then if he can take his job,
I
take
think
his
you
job.
can do that with.
Yeah. So that makes sense. I mean, Morgan,
Find
we're
a guy
talking good
Kyle
sense.
likes and don't get rid of a guy just to do it.
Right?
Like who just said Eric?
We don't like him.
Yeah.
He can't throw the ball over 5 yards. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Eric,
Morgan,
you listen to Eric Davis?
Morgan, we gotta go. Let me see you Friday, okay?
See you Friday.
All right, man. Have a great night.
Later.
Hey, it's later, Tony. Morgan. I'm looking at Tony. Tony says no, Rudolph. No to Cook. No to Brown. Let Verrett walk. Recoup a comp pick. Solidify O-line, just like we've been saying since Jimmy's second high ankle. Wow. We do need cornerbacks, though. Okay. Seahawks fan. There he is. Until next year, these guys, ... Seahawks fans having fun tonight. Thanks for those contributions. Steven Hernandez says, Golden Take. Steven, we were talking about that a little while ago, and we wanted him about 2-3 years ago. Remember that? He wanted to come, too. 49ers Ultimate Report. Thanks. He says, teams are cutting players. 49ers have not cut no one yet. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, Russo.
What's up, Ronbo?
Russo drama, man. I'm like, all of a sudden my heart is racing. I feel, the 49ers are not going to sit quietly as the building is crumbling. Buildings are crumbling all around us. And there's a 49er community sitting there with the shields up like Star Wars, or the Starship Enterprise. And debris hitting us and banging all over the place. And when we take the shields down, Russo, Are we going to start firing? And what are we going to do here? I mean, I'm giving up on Kyle Rudolph. I feel stupid, Russo, for even mentioning his name. When I look at Jared Cook is hanging out there. Other people are coming. And this is going to be like the guy like Morgan just said, they're describing next week is going to be a massacre. Oh, what does that mean? Russo, your thoughts on this madness?
Well, the thing that always, like, every year it's like, for some reason I'm not prepared for it, and then it happens. It's like I always think that, like, free agency starts March 15th, and then, like, 2 weeks before, all these players are getting signed and cut and traded. And it's like, what the I thought it started in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. But, you know, Kyle Rudolph, no thank you.
Yeah. I mean,
the dude's slower than me. He's like Jason Witten at this point in his career. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, exactly.
No. And he wants to get paid real money. So
is that right? Because I didn't read anything more. I just know he's out there, and he this sobbing letter he wrote back to the Viking fans, and
I think he was getting like $9 million, and they wanted him to restructure. He's like, "No, I'm not restructuring.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, and then they cut. That's what happened.
Okay.
The amount, I'm not sure. It was a decent amount. It was like 7, 8, 9 million, something like that, and he refused to restructure. They actually asked him last year as well, and he just completely refused, and then they finally pulled the plug. So, but
especially since they got that new wide receiver. Is that kid that came in last year, that rookie that did a great job? Was he a tight end or a wide receiver?
Oh no, he's a wide receiver. That's Jefferson. That kid's good. He's really good.
Had a great year.
I actually like him a lot. I honestly feel like Brandon Ayuk has the ability to be the better receiver because as much as it's fun as to mess around with Kirk Cousins, he is an NFL caliber quarterback, right? So you figure Jefferson has Adam Thielen on the other side. He's got Cousins throwing to him. They have a legit running game with Dalvin Cook. It's no surprise that he had a good year. Brandon Ayuk, the running backs were all hurt. The quarterbacks were hurt. The offensive line was horrible, and he still was
getting it done.
Pretty damn good. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see Ayuk this year. I think he's going to blow people out of the water. I feel like he's like Devontae Adams good. Like I really think he has that in him. I'm not saying he is there yet. I think he has that type of potential to be just like a dominant.
We saw it.
Yeah, I really think he has that. I really do. So that's the guy I'm probably the most excited about going into this year. But there's some good tight ends in this draft. I really don't think, especially with the cap the way it is, the Niners they don't have a luxury of dabbling around. And I know people want to point at Jimmy's contract all the time. I 100% agree with you. 100% I think Jimmy is going to restructure. And I don't think they're going to be like, Jimmy, you need to take a pay cut. No, that's not where restructuring is. Restructuring is if you're getting $25 million for 3 years, you're getting $75 million over the course of 3 years. You take $10 million and you put 5 into the second year and you put 5 into the third year and you pay him 15 for this year. And it frees up $10 million in cap space. And I think that is something that is very realistic. And what they'll say to him is, look, if you stay healthy this year, we're going to move $10 million down the line. We'll keep your guarantee at the same number, whatever it is, per game or per whatever the incentives are in the contract.
There you go.
If you stay healthy this year and you prove that you can stay, we're going to grant you the final 2 years of your contract at $30 million. And then maybe we'll extend you. If not, you can pull the plug at any time. You can pull the plug mid-season.
Yeah, I need get John on the phone. I got the guy he needs to hire right now. John, I got this guy Russo. He's got it all figured out. Save a lot of time and energy. You can put it on something else. Russo's got the plan. Let him talk to Jimmy.
But I understand.
That works.
This is the
works
thing.
For me.
It does, and this is the thing. Like our fan base is literally split down the middle. You got people that are pro Jimmy and people that are anti Jimmy, and I don't really understand where like the hate comes from. Like I understand like maybe, hey, Jimmy's not. I'm not a big fan of Jimmy, or he's always hurt. He needs to take a pay cut, or he's getting paid. Like I get all that, but like where's like the actual anger and hate coming from? Like he lost the Super Bowl. Like did he lose the Super Bowl? I mean, it's like our team was so bad for like a decade, and he comes in and he wins games. He's not always available, and that really rubs me the wrong way. I want my quarterback to be available. Trust me. I'm not like some dumb football fan who's like, oh, he wins games. Yeah, but he only plays half of the games. Duh, I understand that. I want him to play 16 games for the next 5-6 years and then see what happens. Yes. But like where's the hate coming from? Like the dude can play. He can play.
It's really amped high. You can see blood coming from all over the pulse.
Crazy.
The guy's pissed. I was like, what is the wow?
And to be clear, I really think it's important that the Niners bring in another quarterback, whether it be one of these good veterans for cheap, or if it's one of these
rookie that has some real skill.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, bring in another good quarterback. Like, I'm not saying what's Jimmy G or bust. Don't get me wrong, but why would you just get rid of him? If you have the ability to keep him, mentor a young kid where if Jimmy gets hurt, you can just throw in X quarterback, whoever you guys like, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, Kyle Trask, whoever it is.
And let's get a look at him. I just want to get a look at him. I'm not going to start him. I want to see, can he do this? And if he can, heck yeah, he can have Jimmy's job. That's exactly what I'm saying.
And if Jimmy gets hurt in week 3, then you're going to see him even sooner than you thought.
Anyway,
if Jimmy, all of a sudden we're 8-1 again, and Jimmy's healthy, and where the running game is going, and Kyle's just scheming up all these wins, you got a kid waiting in the wings. Maybe you move on from Jimmy next year, and you see what the kid has towards the end of the season, or you figure it out. But to just completely pull the plug and be like, Jimmy sucks, this and that. There's no merit behind it whatsoever. The dude just needs to stay healthy.
And Russo threw them dice out there. Okay, kid, we're giving you the ball. Okay, I'm ready. He'll swamp his little new butt in a heartbeat. Hey, Russo,
Jimmy doesn't check all the boxes though, Russo. That's
okay, but we can't do this now though, guys. We gotta go. Russo's gotta go. We got you, man. We get you Friday. Russo, I'll see you Friday.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good night, bro.
You too, man. All right.
Jimmy D balls are punt.
Okay. Hey, Seahawks fan, he says he is not restructuring. Thanks, Seahawks fans. He's going wild tonight. I love it. I can finish. He leaves me blanks at the end. I'm not restructuring. Oh, Seahawks, here's your dude and mine. He is Niner Mike.
Forget about it. Ronbo, what's going on? Oh,
Mike, man, it's
what's going
Mike.
on? Shout out to the Niner faithful tonight, Ronbo. Shout
Mike,
out to everybody
Mike, get in your phone.
Mike,
get into that speaker. You're too distant. I gotta hear you.
All right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me a little better, Ronbo?
Yeah, that's a little better. All right. Come on in, Mike.
You got me better on there?
Now, this is perfect now. Keep it right there.
All right. There we go. Well, I was just saying, shout out to you, Ronbo. Shout out to all the faithful out there. I hope all of you is doing good. I hope it's a good evening wherever you're at. And, hey, listen, Ronbo, what are you doing? Are you on here telling late night lies? Is that what we're doing on here, Ronbo?
Mike, I've been lying since this morning. I didn't wait till this evening.
Listen, I was thinking we're going to change it from Ronbo Sports to Ronbo's Late Night Live. That's what we're going to Come on, Ronbo.
Have my lawyer sitting next to me. He'll be whispering in my ear. Mike, you ever see those guys? You ever see those guys in front of a grand jury? The guy's sitting there and he's got some guy whispering in his ear. The lawyer's telling him what to say. That'll be me.
Is that? Forget about it, Ronbo. First, I got Phil on here telling me that teams didn't upgrade just because they lost. They're gonna lose. Listen, Ronbo, how long have you been watching football, Ronbo?
Ever since Hector was a pup.
All right. All right. So, and in all the years you've been watching football, Ronbo, when does any team come back the next year the same they was the year before that? Very rarely, right, Ronbo? My point
the Patriots
is
are
that
about the only team that does that. Now that I think about it, the Hawks had a couple of years like that, but not. Yeah, it's not a normal thing. I agree. Go ahead.
Well, not just that. Listen, it's not just that. What I'm saying is every year you lose players, you get players. That's the NFL. That's been the NFL ever since free agency. All right. So look, at the end of the day, we already know people lose, but don't tell me that the friggin' Lambs who had the goof, who now have Matthew Stafford is not upgraded. All right, Phil. All right, Philly boy. Go ahead and I don't know, whatever it is you're
Mike,
drinking and smoking over there.
I got to back Philip on that. We don't know what he's going to look like with the Rams. You got to wait,
Listen,
Mike.
I
You got to
don't
wait.
care what he looks like with
Mike,
the freaking Rams. He can come out with makeup on for all I care.
They could go
I'm telling
2
you right
and
now,
14. Mike, you got to wait.
He's better than the Goof, Ronbo. He's better than the Goof, which just so happens to be the most important position on the team, and it also happens to be the biggest weakness for the Rams. All right, so those are the facts. All right, let's not tell lies on here. Those are the facts. And listen, as far as the friggin' Cardinals are concerned, look, yeah, they folded like your old grandmother's lawn chair. All right, we all know that. But listen, they don't have a shitty team over there. All right, Ronbo, they don't have a bunch of crap over there. I gotta tell you one friggin' thing. All right. When the news came across the ticker, wherever the freaking Mike McGlinchey was, all right, he probably spit up his food if he was in the middle of dinner, knowing that he's going to have to see freaking J.J. Watt twice a year now, all right? He better start eating everything that he can get out of the Southern Kitchen, all right? He better start eating more freaking cornbread than I could possibly have baked for me, Ron. But when I like cornbread, all right, that guy better start putting ankle weights on. He better start putting a bunch of. Matter of fact, we need to just send him out there with cinder blocks strapped around his freaking cleats, Ronbo, so he can just stay in place when he plays freaking J.J. Watt. All right, so I don't want to hear about how these teams didn't freaking upgrade. And listen, when people talk about who's going to pay guys, I got news for you. In case you don't know how to read numbers, all right, there's 14 teams that got more money than we do. All right, that's almost half the friggin' league. All right, you got 14 teams that are in good shape. You got about 5 or 6 teams that are in all right shape. We're in that group, and then you got about another dozen or so teams that are either over the cap or they're barely over the cap or barely under the cap. All right, that's the reality of the situation. But we got to do what we got to do when it comes to our position and our players. We got a lot of free agents. All right. But at the end of the day, Ronbo, you already know, I don't care what we do, who we get, where we go, all right? If we don't freaking get the quarterback situation handled, Ronbo, then it's going to be a friggin' problem, all right? No matter what year, no matter what decade, no matter what season it is, Ronbo, it's going to be a friggin' problem if we don't get that handled. That's the bottom freaking line. And I don't want to hear Teddy Bridgewater's name. I don't want to hear no goofy. I can't believe, some of these names, Ronbo, blow my mind. Listen, I know Kyle Shanahan actually looked at the 49er faithful when he threw out freaking, what was his name? What was that goofy, that Brian Hoyer. All right, He looked at the faithful and started a season with a guy named Brian Hoyer at quarterback, like we were supposed to win something, all right? Listen, we all knew that wasn't going to happen. And every year there's a handful of teams that start a bunch of Joe Blow schmucks out there at quarterback and lie to their fans and tell them, oh, hey, we got a shot at winning with this guy. And here's another thing I got to say. This will be the last before I go, Ron, but I know you got other callers, all right? But listen,
okay.
When you say we were ass before Jimmy G showed up, Ronbo, that's another one of your late night lies.
What?
That's a late night lie. Ronbo, listen, we were a hell of a team. We set the record previously right before we got here for the most losses by 3 or less points in an NFL season. All we needed was a quarterback. So sure, you throw Jimmy G in there relative to freaking Nick Mullins and C.J. Beathard, who couldn't win a freaking game if it was handed to him on a silver platter, Ronbo, all right? And of course we're going to look better. I don't want to hear, we could have got Kirk Cousins. Were you guys going to all praise Kirk Cousins like that? Was all he's going to say, oh, look what Kirk Cousins did for our team. Oh, my God. That's exactly what would have happened, Ronbo. Kirk Cousins would have looked so much better than C.J. Beathard, all right, and Nick Mullins. It would have made me sick to my friggin' stomach and watching people pump up his friggin' brain, all right? So I don't want to hear that you say that we were a horrible team, Ronbo. We weren't a horrible team. We just needed a friggin' quarterback. We didn't have a friggin' quarterback, and we still don't. We got a serviceable quarterback. No, we got a serviceable quarterback at best, Ronbo. That's what we got. And here's the hardest truth for you to really swallow. All right, he's only serviceable only half the time when he's actually in the friggin' game, and he's not on the injury report list. All right, that's when he's serviceable. So I'm gonna leave it at that, Ronbo.
Okay. And Mike, as always, I loved it.
I love you too, Ronbo. I know that was a little bit of a rant there, all right? That's a little bit of a rant. I mean, you're not getting nothing in, Ronbo.
Mike,
but I've been just sitting back listening for over an hour.
And you couldn't take it anymore. I get it.
You know.
Oh, Mike, let me
bring
some more of that stuff Friday. I'll be looking for you.
I'm gonna come Friday, Ronbo. But listen, hey, thank you again. Thank you for the platform. Thank you for what you do. All right, Ronbo.
Thanks,
and I'm gonna holler at you on Friday night. All right.
I'm looking forward.
Care, Ronbo. Forget about it.
Forget about it. Bye, Mike. Hey, Jay, come on in, Jay. Whew, man, I feel worn out. Jay!
Forget about it, Ronbo.
Just that Jay playing Mike back. Nobody can sound like Mike except Mike. And Jay's got to have a recording. I mean, you know what? Everybody should get that as a ringtone. Jay!
What up? Oh.
Jay, man. Jay, you ever been down to one of them boxing ring gyms and put on the gloves and get a good workout in for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes? I feel like every time I talk to Mike, I feel like that after I get through talking to him. I was just
We're about to go on round 10 now.
Go ahead, let it loose there. Hey, Jay, but I want to hear you clearly. I can't hear. There's a lot of noise. Can you find are you at the loading dock?
No, I'm driving. Hold on, I got you though.
All right, because I can't hear you well.
Ronbo.
Jay, come on in, man. I can hear you clearly now. Go ahead.
I got you. But no, I'm hearing all this restructuring, Jimmy, all that. Y'all don't realize that we restructure and test Jimmy's contract. We got to extend him extra year and commit to him for 2 to 3 more years.
But you know how Parag is. Parag will set that contract up so they can get out of it any time, though. You know how you do.
No, look, trust me. Jimmy agent ain't going for that this time. You know what I mean?
He got a good point there.
It was just like D Ford. You know what I mean? D Ford, we had out to get out his contract this offseason.
Didn't help, man.
Until we restructured.
We still take a huge hit. Yeah.
No. I'm talking about before we restructured his contract. Once we restructured his contract, the out to get out this offseason, it went away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if they never touched D4 contract, we could have let go of D4 right now with like minimum damage. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if they restructure Jimmy or extend Jimmy, we committing to Jimmy for 2 to 3 more years. And that's not the right thing to do with this team. And we're not a Super Bowl roster. If you take away all our free agents, we probably got 11 starters back from our Super Bowl team. So we're not the same team that we was when we went to the Super Bowl. People need to look at our roster and really realize that. You know what I mean? So we are retooling, rebuilding, whatever you want to call it. And Jimmy G money is holding us up. We trade Jimmy to New England for a second and, cut Richburg and D Ford. We will probably have about $50 million in cap space to build a team. So even if we had to go get Ryan Fitzpatrick, Andy Dalton, and a rookie quarterback for a year, we still gonna be our team, our roster is still gonna be better than what it is if we keep Jimmy. Unless like you say, we restructure him and commit to him for another 2 to 3 more years. John might want to do it, but I believe Kyle definitely don't want to do that.
You think a lot of people think Kyle doesn't like Jimmy? I don't know where that comes from, though. You think that's?
What you mean? You see Kyle on the sideline with Jimmy playing in 2019 when we went to the Super Bowl, throwing his hands up early on play, putting his head down, and just looking like pissed off.
But that wasn't always. There's a lot of plays made, but there's a lot of plays that had nothing to do with Jimmy. He was doing that.
But look. I'm not gonna bash Jimmy about getting hurt because that's part of football. Yeah. I'm a bash Jimmy about his play. He had probably four good games where he helped elevate our team in 2019 passing the ball. Other than that, the other 19, he was just there for the rap.
Just
you know
out
what I
there.
mean?
Yeah.
And I feel we can get any serviceable quarterback,
They can do
Ryan
what Jimmy does.
Fitzpatrick, Andy
Yeah.
Dalton, to come and do what he did for a year if we don't get Deshaun or one of them top quarterbacks in the draft. And we build this team up strong around Ryan. You see what Ryan Fitzpatrick did last year with a solid team. You know what I mean? If he started the whole season, they would have went to the playoffs.
He does that everywhere he goes, though. He did that with the Bucks as well. He was red hot for a few weeks. Fitzpatrick he suddenly can't play. It's amazing how he does that. He'll go 6, 7 weeks and nobody can beat him, and then all of a sudden everybody can beat him. So it's just a thing.
That's better than Jimmy early of a pass. You know what I mean? Jimmy make mistakes too. So we've seen the ugly in Jimmy plenty of times. And Kyle take the ball out of his hands. Kyle said, "Nah, you're not going to throw 3 interceptions. I'm going to stop this here and now."
JC, that's why I always say, I don't see any quarterbacks that don't have times when they're not excellent. I mean, you look at Aaron Rodgers when we played against him in 2019. The 49ers reduced him to a pedestrian quarterback. It's not always to be blamed on the quarterback. If the game's not going well, I don't know that that's always the quarterback's fault. That's the way I'm looking at Jimmy's games.
I understand. I understand there's different situations, different games, but for the most part, if y'all ain't real football fans or love the game of football, if y'all can't look at the TV in 2019 when we went to the playoffs, y'all wasn't in front of your TV cussing at Jimmy Garoppolo for the stupid things he did and the bad passes he made. I remember. I ain't gonna sit here and act like 2019 was a perfect season for. I remember cussing at my TV every 5 minutes watching the game.
You know what though? I have a feeling Jimmy Garoppolo put his first full season under. I think the impatience. Jimmy G is mostly what Jimmy G is, a glorified rookie who sat behind Tom Brady for his whole career.
A glorified backup.
Well, the point is, he's never had a chance to develop. He's been out there for 1 year.
No. Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre for 3 years. They ain't say nothing about when he started, when he first got the first year started, he ain't had time to develop. Steve Young sat behind Joe Montana. When he came, they ain't say, he got to develop.
He got booed.
That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing when you're sitting behind the Hall of Fame quarterback, developing and practice.
Jay, we should have started this one earlier.
Watching them on the sideline in the film room with him.
Jay, we out of time, fam. Please stop. Jay.
Hey, Rambo, forget about it.
We got to go, Jay. As you can hear the tapping in the back. Okay.
All right.
Jay, I'll see you Friday, okay?
I appreciate you. Have a blessed night.
You too, fam. Seriously, get back.
Bang, bang, not a game. Sean Watson, president.
Be careful out there, Jay. I'll see you Friday. And Seahawks fan says Stafford's all right. I mean, we've all said Stafford is the greatest quarterback. I can't wait to see this unfold. I want to know how good Stafford really is, especially in NFC West. All right, hey, George. George. And the night you love to hate.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hold on, George. Well, I got you. Hold on. The night you love to hate says, I like the last caller. He's 1,000% right about Limpy G. Boy, G gets some rugged hate, boy. Yeah. Hey, thanks for the contribution, fam. Hey, George, go ahead.
What up, Ronbo?
Oh, man, I'm just, you know how I do. Every show, I'm in here fielding. We start off with one subject, and the rage starts rolling at Jimmy. Boy, he ain't did. Now we got, Jimmy can't do this. He don't do that. Now people think that we went 13-3, and Jimmy didn't have nothing to do with any more than 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, but like you said, 50 of us are going to agree. Some of us are going to disagree. But first of all, Ronbo, I wanted to give a shout out to you, and also wanted to give a shout out to your production.
Thanks, man.
Because it's not easy putting up a show like this, and I also like the fact that the other day that there was all those racist comments, they got on it because we didn't see them afterwards. So just wanted to thank them. Thank you. One day, show them off, man. Present them to all of us. Let us know who's really holding it down as well. So that'd be cool. But just wanted to say that no one really knows what this regime's going to do. No one knew who we were really going to draft.
And they surprise us like this
trade,
every year. Every year they're shocking. Every year we go at least one
they're
shot.
Teasers, man. It's just like a woman. They tease, man. And but when we finally get what we wanted, I mean, we're happy.
And that's the truth.
But yeah, one thing, some people are bashing Parag Mroth. I wanted to say that this guy's a smart man. He's good with numbers. There's one reason why the 49ers made him vice chairman of the Leeds United soccer team.
Is that right?
I don't know if you know, but the Niners have an investment in. Yeah, man. Look into it. They have an investment with soccer, just like the Rams won't have a little portion of partnership with Manchester United, which is a really big team.
Yeah, there's an organization everybody knows.
Yeah, but so let's not doubt him. He knows what's up. The only thing that really screwed it up this year was COVID. We all know that. That's the only reason we're talking about Jimmy is because that screwed up the salary cap.
And the injuries and COVID, and people got us rebuilding, George, like we don't have a team. Get rid of everybody. Get rid of Jimmy. Get this big. People don't know what a nucleus is. George, if I keep Jimmy, if I keep George, if I keep Mostert, if I keep Debo, if I keep Ayuk, I mean, I've already got a nucleus right there. I got a run game and I got a passing game. Why do I need to rebuild? It's a joke.
Yep.
In the defense, I got Nick. I got a few other guys too. I get plug in a few pieces, but full rebuild. Some people are smoking some serious drugs.
Yeah, but this year's going to be fun, man, because in 2 weeks it's going to be fun seeing all these deals going on and everything going, like everything, man, from cap to everything. I love how when people call in and, they give us stats, they give us numbers and all that. I like that, man. It just shows that everybody has a certain section they love, yeah. So, but one thing that really bothers me, like one of the other callers said, is they really bashed Jimmy a whole lot. I understand pre-ACL, Jimmy was great. And I could see the argument where some people are saying, hey, Ronbo, why are you saying that if someone can't come in here and learn the offense? They can, but it's going to be super simple.
Yeah.
It's going to be super simple. If you notice when Jimmy came in, Kyle was just running simple plays and stuff like that, getting Jimmy into rhythm, stuff like that.
Excellent points.
So
it takes time.
He's got to dumb it down. We all know that Shanahan's playbook is crazy, but he's got to dumb it down for someone who's barely coming in. But I really want Jimmy to do great and step up and get better because it makes me laugh. It really makes me laugh that 2019, everybody was 13-3 because we got Jimmy G. 13-3 because we got Jimmy G. And those same people who were saying 13-3, the same people who were saying that are the same one bashing on him.
I know.
And as much as people try to say that our offensive line was great that year, he took a lot of hits.
Yeah.
Why? Because he stood in the pocket, and the only reason he was successful is because he threw it under 3 seconds. And so he got hit a lot. You go back to that year, he got hit a lot. He stood strong. A lot of us saw him. And so I don't know. It just stresses me out.
And that's what, and Kyle insists upon that. That's why when people say, we need a mobile quarterback, you guys don't understand. Kyle doesn't want you running around. He wants you to read. George, that's what I'm saying. The alpha dog on that field is not the quarterback. It's nobody but Kyle. Kyle works on this, and he knows his stuff works. If you can't execute what he wants you to do, you will not be his quarterback. That's all there is to it. And that's why you see all of our guys kind of look similar when they're playing style. Some are better than others, but they all do the same thing. And another thing you touched upon that was excellent. It takes time to develop Kyle's full system. You can't bring anybody in and they're going to be able to snap. Kyle's going to bring it down to page one. And
Yeah,
with these
I mean,
guys,
you can, but people, I mean, these are professional players. They're going to catch on to it, and they're going to find some way to stop you. You know, and it only limits Kyle to do what he knows what to do.
And what they're
but
capable
he's
of doing.
Right. When things go right, I remember like I think Mike had said that year that we ended up losing just by 3 points or less.
Yeah.
That year, you know, like every single time when a player got the ball, they were wide open, super open.
And
so I
that's-
understand that.
Yeah. But you know what, George? I mean, that's Kyle's offense. And people need to blame Kyle, not the quarterback. And that's what I'm saying. Page 1, page 2, page 3. It takes time to learn it all. And it's going to look different at each stage. But once they get it, look out. And that's what nobody has time for. Jimmy sucks! Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Now, another thing that might make the salary cap go up, I was reading up.
George, we have to get on that later. We're over time now. Would you bring that?
Well,
bring
could
that
I just
Friday?
say real quick?
Okay,
Can I
can you
just
do it 15
say real
seconds?
quick? It's super quick.
Okay,
Yes.
we need to go.
The reason the salary cap might go up is because Disney and Amazon won in on contracts to televise shows. So we might go above the salary cap because Disney and Amazon have money and they're going to pay up. So that's it.
News.
Thank you so
I like
much,
that.
Rombo.
Thank you, George.
That was under 15 seconds, I hope.
Yeah, it was.
But have a
Thanks,
good
George.
night, man.
You too. Bye, George.
All right, man. Shout out to all of you guys.
Thanks,
All
man. And here he comes. Fly guy. Fly guy. Fly
Rumble.
guy. Fly guy. Fly guy, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm still laughing at Nine and Mike, man. Nine and Mike, crazy.
I know, man. The dude is. Well, I feel like I need to. I'm gonna put up a wall here and stand behind it like I'm taking fire.
Yeah, man.
Fly guy, man. You know, hey, it started off this night, and like I made the mistake of thinking that Kyle Rudolph is somebody we should be. You know what? I see somebody just mentioned Jared Cook just got cut loose. Jared Cook is way better than, especially at this point in his career, Jared Cook is way better than Kyle Rudolph. So, there's going to be more guys. We're going to hear some crazy names. Fly guy, I'd love to know.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I know you're smarter than that. You're supposed to have been like, no way we don't want Kyle Rudolph. No way.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because he was making $9 million. And George Kittle is making 18, so we in the tiny position we're gonna have like 27 million. That's not a smart move.
And he refused to take a cut too in many. So
yeah,
he's
and
not
Dwelly
flexible.
is making $700,000, and he's sure that he can play to back up Kittle. Why not bring him back for $700,000? Not even $1 million.
Dwelly's coming back, no doubt about it. Because, like I said,
I'm not talking about George. I'm talking about Dwelly.
Ross.
Bring him back.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Ross, his first name is Ross. Yeah, Dwelly's coming back no matter what. They got to keep him because he's serviceable, and if anything goes wrong, he's right there.
But our weakness is not in the tight end position, so that's not even a discussion.
No,
our weakness is.
Here's the only thing I was talking about is this Fly guy. Kyle used to love to run dual tight end sets when he was in Atlanta because he had two guys that they could really work a defense to pieces. And he's trying to do that last year, actually, with Jordan Reed. But George got hurt and was out a long period of time. And then Jordan got hurt. He's out all period of time. So nothing ever came together, So
yeah, but those players never got a chance to play. Like Willie never got a chance to play. If you look at his stats, it's very low because he never got a chance to play. Just give him a chance. Like put him in with Kittle. Give him a chance.
I agree.
He proved he can play. I've seen he made some big catches. So
George Kittle's
that's not
a Pro
our
Bowler.
weakness.
No, there's no questioning George Kittle. That dude is a bad man. When George Kittle's on the field,
Kittle got the tight end game on lock for us. So let's just leave the tight end position alone. Kittle got that.
Give him some help.
Let's talk about.
Just give him some
let's
help.
Let's talk about John Lynch playing marketing strategy. When he come out and say the that Jimmy G is my guy, he playing
Yeah.
marketing strategy. You don't want to say, "Oh, I don't want Jimmy G."
Yeah.
Then the value go down.
Yeah.
So if we can trade him to Patriot for a first round or whatever,
Yeah.
and then we can use that toward going for a quarterback.
Oh yeah.
So it's more like a marketing strategy. It's like you say, Buckner was my guy. He was my guy. It's more like he's my guy, but what do you want to give me for him? You feel me? That's what they plan, really.
Well, Fly Guy, they did offer him a large contract, so I don't know if that's the same. They offered him $18 million. He just didn't want it. That wasn't enough.
Yeah, but
So
but if you come out and say, "Oh, I don't want Jimmy G," I think we want to trade him, then the value go down. People are like, "I don't want him." Like you gotta say that this is my guy. This is my guy.
Yeah, but two different situations though. Yeah, it's the Buckner. They wanted to keep him, and they gave him what they thought was enough money. Buckner said, "No, I can get $22 million from the Indianapolis Colts. See ya." That was what that was about. We didn't get anything, but we got a first round draft pick though. But that wasn't what they wanted. They wanted Buckner.
But our weakness is in the quarterback. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing. The guys always talking about Kyle offense. 50% chance of the play you draw is not gonna be open. 50%. That's where a superstar quarterback come in, like a mobile quarterback, like a Weston and Deshaun. Because when you draw the play, 50% of the time is not gonna open. That's when the pocket collapses. Those quarterbacks, they escape the pocket. They keep the ball alive. We're not doing that. We always punting. Because when the play collapse, Jimmy G don't get out the pocket and he get the sack. So the ball is not gonna stay alive if we can't. We're not saying don't run Kyle offense. You can still run Kyle offense just by first option, second option. Then when the pocket collapse, that's when the mobile quarterback comes in and escape the pocket and keep the ball alive. That's what we're trying to say. We need that in our offense.
Yeah.
We're not saying don't stand there and run Kyle offense. We're just saying when the player's
Things
not
get
there,
rough.
it's time to escape.
Rough, get going.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Jimmy G can't escape. He can't escape.
I know what everybody's talking about.
He's going to take the sack, and we're going to be in third and long,
Yeah.
and we're going to punt the ball. So
You do
that's what I'm
know,
trying to.
in 2019, we were like the best team with third down conversion in the NFL, right?
Yeah, I noticed the year we went to the Super Bowl, we did a lot of third and long. We did a lot, but can it be a coincidence that we was very lucky to get open?
No.
We're not going to get that lucky every time.
You can't get lucky in NFL. Well, some things, but when it comes to third down
Yeah.
conversions, no, you got to be good. You can't be
Yeah,
best.
we did a lot of that last year. I mean, we went to the Super Bowl, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be that every time, Ronbo. We can't be in third and long every time.
No, but there's
Play
no reason-
collapse. We first read, second read, play collapse, quarterback escape.
All right.
If you get 3 yards, 4 yards, at least we didn't take the sack.
Anyway,
That's just what it is.
that's
You know?
true. That's true. Hopefully, our offensive
So
line
I know
is.
you love Jimmy G. You
Yeah,
won't fight for him.
he's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. People will know what I'm talking about soon. Come next season, you go see.
If Jimmy G go to the Super Bowl, we all owe you an apology.
And I'm looking forward to it. Like
if he gets hurt, you're in trouble.
Then I owe you an apology. All right.
Yeah.
All right, fam. Let me see you Friday. All right, fam.
Yeah.
All right, fly guy. In fact, I've already got it planned. I'm going to wait till about week 6, week 7, and it looks clearly that Jimmy G is running that offense like I know he's going to. I would say, all right, guys, Monday night, and that's Jimmy G apology night. Bring him in. I will forgive you. Hayden, come on in, man.
Ronbo.
Yeah. Hayden,
What's
you
up,
know,
Ronbo?
well, Hayden, I started off the night thinking that Kyle Rudolph was a good thing,
I know. I was like,
and now I feel
Kyle
silly.
Rudolph and Kill on Super Bowl? I was like, I don't know
I've
if I see your
changed.
thing, Ronbo.
Forgive me, I've changed. I'm going to change everything. I'm going to take that photo down.
I was like, if you wanted the have named anyone. You should have named like Jared Cook or someone. Like
I didn't know Jared Cook was available. Although, hey, I got to tell you, Jared Cook's going to be pretty expensive, though, Hayden. We're not going to be able to. He's probably going to ask. He's probably going to go to Jacksonville. Oh, my God. Jacksonville's got enough money to build from these guys that are coming in a whole new team.
Probably about Jordan Reed is just he just can't stay healthy. Our whole team can't stay healthy. Jeez, Ronbo.
Yeah, as if we didn't have enough trouble with that.
That's why when people say just Jimmy, like, oh, Jimmy only gets injured. No.
Yeah.
George Reed, Kittle, Debo, Ayuk got injured like a few weeks. Jimmy Ward, Hart the whole season. Hyder a few weeks. DJ Jones, Nick Bosa week 2. The list goes on. Richard Sherman for half the season.
No, more than that. The whole season. Listen, Hayden, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We hate Jimmy. We hate him. He's the guy we got to get rid of.
Listen, I'm not saying like Jimmy's the best answer.
But the thing is, your point.
I'm just saying he's not. He's
the only guy that gets hurt. Right? God.
Listen, people in the chat call me Jimmy Sam. No, he's not the best decision. Yeah, I get that.
Hey, be proud of being. No. Be proud of being a Jimmy fan. We went to Super Bowl. The last guy who went to Super Bowl quarterback, his name was Jimmy Garoppolo. People who don't respect that, well, they know where they shove that one. He is what he is, but he still accomplishes things. And he had a lead going into the fourth quarter. We should have won.
I know he's not the best decision, but I don't know why people think he's a terrible quarterback. I mean, he's not a terrible quarterback. I mean, I get why you.
Because Emmanuel Sanders, I can tell you, because Sanders didn't make the catch.
Once you get a real wide receiver, well, I'm not saying Debo's not real, but you know what I mean. Last year, do you think we could get E-Man back?
No, you know what? In fact, I have a feeling Ayuk is going to be the guy. You don't really need to get Emmanuel Sanders back. He's too expensive. I want to see Debo and Ayuk develop. This is one of the things that people don't understand. These young receivers we're getting, and we've had new receivers each and every year, takes a minute to develop. You've got to develop a chemistry, timing. A lot of things have to fall into place. You can't do it switching receivers every year. So, now you got a couple of good guys. You got Ayuk, you got Debo. Let this build. Let it build. And then we'll see.
Ronbo.
I'm listening.
Ronbo.
I'm listening.
What was I going to say? Dang it. Go on. Just give me a second. How do I forget what to say? Now I don't even know what to say.
Anyway.
Well, anyways.
Yeah, you were talking about injuries.
Oh yeah, injuries. Thank you, Ronbo. Thank you, Ronbo. God. Oh, thank you, Richburg. So Richburg and Ronald Blair take 2 years to get fully healthy, and Richburg if we kept Richburg, he might not even come back next year.
No, hey, he's done. You can't. He just had a hip surgery. There's no telling when he comes back, if he comes back at all. That's it, especially for next year.
Yeah. So I talked to this 49ers fan, and he's like, "Oh, our medical staff is great." Excuse me?
It's a rough game.
I don't feel like you have the biggest brain in the.
This happens.
Watch or hear.
I think this happened to the Falcons.
I know. I get the setbacks, but every player. Oh, we're gonna have to add another 3 weeks for him to fully recover. Oh, really? Why? Why, Kyle? Why are you saying that? He always has that. With his head down, all disappointed, and he's hilarious sometimes.
I know.
Kyle.
But how about Mike McGlinchey's still my favorite though. McGlinchey sits down looking all pissed off. All right. Listen, you know what? I thought I had a good game. It's not my diet. It's not my weight.
But what is it? You're just a bad player now? Cool. Goodbye.
Hey, we got to go. All right. Hey, I'll see you Friday. And wait, Hayden, keep an eye on the news. There's no telling who's going to be cut loose. Teams are $30 million over. You got to get rid of a lot of people. So there's no telling who we're going to see.
I don't even know if we're going to keep Jimmy or not because I have no clue what.
Nobody does.
Kyle,
and as you know, Kyle hates him. So, yeah.
He has like a man crush on Cousins, so I don't know.
Cousins, he's not been released yet, though. Anyway, Hayden, let me see you Friday.
No, I know.
All right.
All right.
Bye, Hayden. Oh, good. And it's Johnny V.
Ronbo, what's happening, my man?
John, I'm sitting, as you know, the scapegoat. I'm defending the scapegoat. Jimmy G is he's the cancer. He's a guy that's bringing his team down to the dirt. We'll never win again as long as Jimmy G. G, you gotta go, you scumbag, you lowlife, you suck. God. It's the hate. It's like George pointed out. The hate on Jimmy is unreal.
Yeah. Was that Russo that pointed out the hate?
Was that Russo, the extreme hate? Yeah. You know, and also Mike backed me up on, well, we were just barely losing before. Mike, okay, John, from 2014, after Harbaugh left, what kind of team were we? We went how many years?
Oh my God. We're like a team that you just go to the park and gather whoever you can get together and try to execute.
And play flag, don't play tackle.
Coaches. Oh yeah, we sucked, Ronbo. I mean, we were terrible. I mean, just up in two. I do believe when Mike said though, you know, we almost beat Aaron Rodgers and the Packers one year. What was it, 2017? Was it 2017 before Jimmy?
Oh, CJ.
2016.
That game.
CJ gave it away almost every game in the fourth quarter with 3-4 minutes left.
No,
we failed. John, we dropped the ball so many times.
John, actually, that was a kill. Remember when Jimmy Ward was playing cornerback? He went down, injury. Whoever came in to try to – Aaron Rodgers went to work. I'm freaking Devontae. We lost that game in the last few seconds because we couldn't cover the receivers. Ward was doing a good job the whole game. But when he went down, Rodgers went to work on us, and we lost that game in the last minute because we couldn't cover.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But we lost quite a few games that way, Ronbo. We couldn't hang in the fourth quarter. But nonetheless, you know, Ronbo, I'm seeing Matt Maiocco, man. He dropped a nugget today, man, to stir the pot. God, did he ever, man. He said that the Niners' offensive line didn't need any changes. He didn't believe that they needed any changes. He wrote an article. It was actually a pretty good article, but he believes that Brunskill needs to go back to the right. Like Dion said, shout out to Dion.
That's true.
And you know, but Rumble, he believes that the unit needs to work together more.
That's the way it is with an offensive line.
He believes that the backup quarterbacks just weren't moving at their best, creating confusion and it made the offensive it made that reflection of the offensive line look worse than it was. So from one aspect, I see it.
Yeah.
So can I. But he does mention that the addition of Alex Mack would be pretty impressive and maybe a right guard. But I don't know. I mean, actually, I think Tomlinson was ranked quite high actually.
Yeah.
At the guard position, like 13th. But anyway, the offensive line was more my concern anyway tonight. I mean, I did see that the Kyle Rudolph thing would be pretty great. I guess it would be great, but Reed really impressed me. It's just that you know,
he's always
they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with the damn football. So, I mean, really, he had to do all kinds of acrobatic, stupid shit and kill himself.
Remember that ball he picked up off his shoelaces? I don't know what Nick was doing.
He
Nick,
did, dude.
why do you make the man be 6 foot what? You make him bend all the way over to the ground? Oh!
He did a somersault and caught it between his fingers. I mean, Jesus. But really, ultimately, Ronbo, I believe that we have the pieces that we need. You know, with the addition of a center, I really, truly believe we need a center. You know, I think we all know that. I think we all can agree we need a center.
Yeah, we do. In
the likelihood that
not a good idea at that spot.
I
Put him back
just
at guard.
don't know what Kyle never. It's airtight. You never know who he's interested in. He doesn't say shit.
And
that's
his
how
face,
Ayuk was such a
poker
success.
face.
It was right, poker face Ayuk. We never thought about Ayuk. We were talking about Judy. We were going on and on last year over Henry Ruggs. We didn't say one word about Brandon Ayuk. Not us. Not a peep. I mean, people brought him up, but that was never on our board. We were killing each other over this.
Who brought it up, John? You need to be able to confirm. There was guys that said, I said Brandon Ayuk. Well, how come I don't ever remember? I don't remember that name.
You might have, but I'm not buying shit. Listen, we were fighting each other over 3 picks.
I know.
And,
Lamb, Rudy, and Ruggs. Yeah.
Yes. We all had our pick, and we were going on and on and on. Now, I'm a defensive guy, so naturally, I was stoked about Kinlaw. That was great for me. But you know, anyway, Rumble, real quick, I just think that really, if we're going to make any moves at 12, in my opinion, I fear that Kyle uses the 12th pick at possibly the offensive line position.
That center out of Alabama? Maybe.
Either the center out of Alabama or there was a kid out of shit. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. He's a high prospect. He's a tackle, actually. And I can't remember who he was, but that's irrelevant at this point.
Get that for me, so when you come back, I can go check him out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Tony does.
Anyway, Rumble, that's all I got, my man.
Yeah, Landon Dickerson of the. I do have worries about him. Landon's actually hurt right now, from what I understand. He's recouping. Well, you know, he's good when he's ready, from what I can read. So, John, good stuff.
We just never know what Kyle will do with number 12, Rumble.
Yeah,
we'll never know. I mean, we took a punter in the 4th. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like I always go back to that.
A lot of people still mad about that.
Go back to that.
He doesn't use it for what he can do either. That's what bothers me. Kyle, he's got so many more skills than a kicker. But anyway, all right, John, let me see you Friday.
Rambo, my man, I'll be there, brother. Appreciate you, man. I love you. Love the show,
Back
man.
at you.
Appreciate you and everything you do for us. Good night, my man.
Thanks, John. Night. And there's Seahawks. He says, how many more months until football? That's what I confused the Seahawks. Wait, let me see. Okay, we got March, April, May. The draft is in April. May, June, they're back in camp. They're actually in camp in May. Right? OTAs, I hope the COVID situation, it says it's been announced that anybody who wants a shot can get one in May. Man. Elsa.
Ronbo, what's happening?
Ellis, man, as I mentioned earlier, I came in and embarrassed myself by saying, oh, wouldn't it be great if we could get Kyle Rudolph and put him next to George? And then a few minutes later, somebody posted up, hey, man, Jared Cook just got cut. What? I said, whoa! It's gonna be raining fat athletes in the days ahead. Ain't no telling what we're going to hear tomorrow. Ellis, I don't even know. I ain't going to say nothing else about who I'd like to see with who, because ain't no telling who is going to be available to me now and next week. My God.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying, fam, the other show. I'm like, this is probably about to be one of the biggest, saturated with,
talent,
free agency signings that there's ever been in the NFL. And, due to COVID, there's going to be a moment for a lot of teams to get some 1-year deals or some big pieces, and there's going to be a lot of guys going for it next year, man. I think it's just going up the ante on a lot of teams trying to go for it next year.
So true. And Ellis, you point that out. You know what's going to end up happening with that? Now you go to the team that you think makes the most sense. I could go to this team. I could go to this team. All of a sudden, I got some deal. I'm going to pick the one I like the most. I like playing for Kyle Shanahan. I'm going over here. You watch and see. That's how choices are going to be made because I'm going to get a backloaded contract no matter where I go. So.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as we don't lose any of our guys, to any NFC teams, like the Saints or, just anybody that's going to be,
don't worry about the Saints.
Year. You see what Emmanuel did, and I mean he's not like a true blood Niner, but he still was a Niner for a season, so he got up out of there on us. But yeah, the Kyle Rudolph thing. I mean he's a big target. But somebody was saying earlier he's kind of slow, and I mean he is. He's a big guy. I would rather take Jared Cooks any day. That's not even Alshon Jeffrey is available. I mean,
is he ready? Is he out there already? I got to read the list.
Yeah, there's all kinds of people that are out there, man. Slowly, they're just getting leaked out. So and it's going to get bigger and bigger. So that's what I mean. It's hard for us to say, to who we want to keep and who we want to not sign, or we just want to stay the same. There might be some guys that we could be like, oh, we need that right now, So, but at the end of the day, I'm fine with our, all our initial guys, especially our key guys. I wouldn't want to compromise any of our key guys for anything. I don't care what's going on in the NFL.
Yeah, they might stay uninvolved too. They just sign our guys and let it go with that. Because I mean, anybody, we got some great talent. We just got to sign it and keep it healthy.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And then the stuff's going on with Russell Wilson, and it's just all over the place. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, if Russ is gone, but you could put the Seahawks at dead last for sure. I mean, they got us at dead last, and we got even some of our own that are considering us at dead last. I don't know how,
Russ,
but
Russ ain't going nowhere. He's doing like a Deshaun Watson. Man, at least I'm tired of getting hit. Okay, at least have me something to say about the people you bring in here, and they'll do it.
Man, it's crazy. We got even people downgrading the fact that J.J. Watt's on the Cardinals. But if you, Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt are the top two with the most sacks in the NFL since the start of 2012.
Yeah, I don't want them on the same team. I did not.
So, that's different. And I thought Chandler Jones, from what I understand, is a free agent, or he's going to be. Pretty soon. So the Cardinals got something to choose. Well, they have to choose whether or not they're going to sign him. I'm sure, maybe he might take a deal and want to stay with them now that J.J. Watt's there. I mean, they're going to try to make some big moves.
Well, you saw Michael when he called in, right? He'll be J.J.'s going to be a $10 million hit this year or less, and the old Chandler's is going to be like a $20 million hit. Chandler,
wow. Not to mention D-Hop.
Ooh.
Not to mention D-Hop.
I forgot about him.
I mean, his contract's like, I don't know what he signed, like a 2-year, $50 million.
It's gotta be huge.
And they already extended him. I think in the middle of the season, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I thought that's what I remember.
You're not gonna get rid of D-Hop. They'll figure something out. They're better. I mean, that's why Kyler looked so good this last year. People don't understand what a receiver means to a quarterback. It's all about the quarterback. Well, you even know you play the position. Quarterback's got to have something on the other end. It's not about just the quarterback. A lot of people don't get that.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It's hard, man, when you don't really have that understanding, those concepts down. Your judgment is impaired just based on that. So a lot of people, that don't have those understandings, you're pretty much you don't even want to consider what they have to say a lot of the time because their judgment's not even with the right views or coming from the right place. But man, I keep hearing about this Justin Fields thing with Shanahan being real close with him and kind of being. I heard some things about him, kind of being keeping an eye on his field since his younger days. I don't know if it was high school or I heard Grant Cohn kind of talking about it, but I've just been seeing a lot of other stuff just talking about, Justin Fields. So I wonder, how does everybody feel about, I know you talked about it the other day, but I'm hearing more about it. So I'm kind of I just don't want to do the Mac Jones. Mac Jones is really slow. He looks to me like he's out of shape. He could probably get the ball downfield, but when they say Tom Brady, it's like, no, Tom Brady was slender and he could move around just a little bit more. He wasn't really fast, but
Yeah. And then, by the way, we got to go, Ellis. But listen, the thing I understand about Kyle was in a camp where Fields was in attendance. That's how he knows him. There wasn't any real one-on-one other than as much as a coach.
Or nothing.
Yeah, they know each other, but not not like that close. But Ellis, let me see Friday, because there's going to be a lot developed between now and then. I can tell right now. It's getting crazy between now and the 15th. It's going to be fun.
Yes, sir, brother Ronbo.
Right.
Appreciate you. Thank you for the platform. Shout out to the chat and all the Niner faithful. And yes, sir. Friday it is.
Yes, indeed.
Peace,
all right, bro. Night. And Antonio Rosales, man, and Eddie Ramirez, man, can we just get you to do one name, Antonio? Come on, man, give us a break, man. We know who you are. You're two of the same butt, all right? Get rid of one cheek. Just be one of Eddie or Antonio, but don't give us both. That's just really annoying. Please, man. Oh, Sheik.
What's up, Ronbo? What's going on, man?
Sheik, you're so refreshing with you and Ellis and other guys call in and don't take out the 38 and start firing at my Jimmy G poster behind me. God, Jesus Christ. You think Jimmy G stole
They don't know what they're talking about.
God, the guys, whoa. But anyway,
patience. That's the problem about their people.
Yeah, they don't have any. And you can't make a mistake. No. Make one mistake, we hate you. Sheik, you know what's funny, though? The thing that's going to happen in the next few days, I can't imagine. Now, if a good cornerback comes out, we still need to sign Jason Verrett. I wonder if there's any cornerbacks out there that are going to fall out that we'll look at and say, whoa, that guy, you know what? I'll take him over Verrett. 49ers got to call him in right now. I already see us doing that because you know how we do. We're not loyal to that point, Because if, like, Aaron Rodgers comes out, even I'll be said, whoa, wait. Rodgers is not going to have a problem. He's already learned Kyle's offense through LaFleur. Okay, I don't have a problem with this. All right, we can do this, So, that's just getting up happening. Sheik, an offensive lineman, there's not going to be any offensive lineman falling. Everybody who has a good offensive lineman is not about to let him go. That includes Trent Williams. I already know. There's no way that Trent Williams is out on the free market with the 49ers not fighting for him. But what are you thinking?
Well, let me just say this about the fan base. Like, people are just saying it's a quarterback. We need a guy that's mobile. Like, well, if Jimmy G is not it that you guys are saying that he's look at Seattle. And there's a Seahawks fan in here right now. Giving that money to Ronbo. Just throwing that money.
He's my friend.
Didn't Russell Wilson... No, I'm being nice to him. Russell Wilson... the chat? Oh, okay. Didn't Russell Wilson come out and say, can I get some protection? Well, what's our problem? We don't have a protection. Excellent. We need better protection on the right side. Trent Williams, what happened? That will work. That will work out with D. Ford, what's his name? Richburg. After June 1st, we'll get some money back. It's like, I don't understand our fan base. We have two quarterbacks twice. Jimmy went down, and Mullins went down as well. If you get to protect, doesn't matter what quarterback is out there, you got to have that protection on your front. Mm-hmm. So there's guys that you could get. And honestly, I'm looking at Mike McGlinchey. I think his fifth-year option is coming up pretty soon. Mm-hmm. So, there's a guy that we could go get in the first round. The 12th overall pick, Rashawn Slater from Northwestern. I think that's the caller that was looking for earlier, that he was looking for. I think that's the guy he was looking for. He dominated Chase Young in that one game. And look at the tape. There's a film out there.
I've heard about it.
If we go get him.
And Sheik, maybe confirm this. Somebody said he was one-arming Chase. What? Really? Did you see that? I gotta find that tape.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
That's crazy.
He has great balance, and his technique and his footwork is really strong. He doesn't lose his balance. You know, he's 6'3", but he knows what he's doing out there. That's why I say go get him. And, you know, if Mike McGlinchey, well, I don't know if he could be a right tackle or maybe a right guard. We don't know. But, you know, the thing is we got to replace him somehow because he's a problem as well. And we got to pay the dudes really soon. So when you go in the top 10 in the NFL draft or top 12, you have to get those type of players. And it's hard to grab them when you're in the 20s. You have to trade up and get a lot of multiple picks. So you got to fix up front. And Russell Wilson himself, like I said, he's been wanting offensive. He's getting older. Jimmy G got hurt, unfortunately, you know, this past season. You know, there's other reason why he got hurt, but other than that, if you give him the protection, doesn't matter what front is, and you have a good front, then he will be all right. He will go all 16 games. Any quarterback will. You know, it is mind-boggling what these fans are saying.
But you know what John V was talking about, and also the Matt Mayelko wrote about. That is an element that is true, though. You know, if you need a center for sure, but you know what? If routes are being ran properly, execution is quick. That defensive line has no business touching Jimmy. Jimmy's got a quick release, read and release. Yep. He's quick. If that's the case, what you need, your receivers, and this is what I always say when 49er fans a lot of people don't really know what they're talking about or understand what's going on out there. The receivers have to do things a certain way as well. This is why Kyle always has this thing. You liked Judy last year, right? Now that I think about it,
I was a Judy guy.
Now that Judy runs excellent routes, in fact, Ayuk probably does too, because I wanted both. But see, if your routes are sharp, Jimmy doesn't have to do anything but put that ball where it's supposed to be because it's all been rehearsed, right? Debo has gotten good at that because Debo does a certain kind of route, and Jimmy knows where to put the ball. Debo's going to be there. Ayuk has got that kind of wherewithal too, I can tell right now. So if those guys are on point, Jimmy has no business getting hit. It's like that year that the Atlanta Falcons, Matty Ice, the Green Bay Packers, right? They had a great defensive rush. And you know what they said after the game that year when Kyle had that offense clicking? They said, you know what? This guy, one of the guys from the Green Bay Packers defense line, they didn't even need an offensive line. That ball was gone 2 strides into the after the snap, ball was gone. That's the essence of Kyle Shanahan's offense. When people start yelling about, we need a mobile quarterback. No. You need everybody to do their damn job. In Kyle's offense, that's all that's necessary. And that's what we're waiting for now.
100% facts, Ronbo.
Hey, that's all we're waiting for.
And look at like you said earlier, everybody got hurt, unfortunately. Mostert got hurt. These other guys got hurt. You know, unfortunately, that's what the type of game it is. It's football. Everybody gets hurt somehow. But if you don't have the guys around, then you're going to have these 4th or 3rd string kind of guys coming in, barely know the freaking plays. It's going to be a problem, unfortunately. You know, so we had Hasty out there. He looked good. Hasty looked good. But he had to be thrown in the wolves. You know, and unfortunately, that's the type of thing we have. We have freaking 3 centers coming. We had a practice squad guy coming. Come on.
Scary
it's like,
out
it's
there.
like Jimmy, they blame Jimmy G.
Grossu.
It's just and they just say like, and they say like Jimmy G. Oh, he has no deep balls. Well, let me say this. Go look it up. 2019. He is number 1 in deep throws over 20 yards.
Somebody posted that up already too on Twitter. They don't care. Sheik, they don't care. The facts about Jimmy are ignored. Any mistakes, any flaw, that is the only thing they're going to remember. It doesn't help. So, you know, it's what it is. Hey, Sheik.
If they want to give up go ahead.
Because we got to go.
Yeah, you got to go. Yeah,
but good stuff.
Let me just give me 20 seconds, Rose, or 10 seconds.
Okay.
Jimmy G, you don't give up a winning quarterback. Russell Wilson's not going to get let go in Seattle. That's stupid. That would be retarded if they do that. But obviously, you have to build around them. But anyways, Ronbo, Jimmy G, you know, Kyle and Shanahan and John Lynch, we trust. Well, they'll figure it out. We'll figure out the cap. Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the Ronbo fan club. And Facebook, hit that like for Ronbo Sports. Go Niners. We'll figure this shit out.
Thanks.
Sorry to curse.
Hey, looking for you Friday, too. Have a good night, fam.
You too, brother.
Yeah, thanks, Sheik.
Jimmy G.
You get that in. I love it. Hey, it looks like Tony, my brother from another mother, out in the blue waters of Hawaii. Tony, I've got to come on out there and when you guys put the pig in the ground, it's a luau, right? And
yes.
Yeah, that's got to be a good time. Tony, come on in, man. I have to laugh at me from the beginning of the program when I came in there yelling names like Kyle Rudolph was a good idea, and you made that clear that was foolish, and I agree. And then Phil comes in and B-slaps me with, Ronbo, think about, we don't have any cornerbacks. Hey, I'm just dreaming. Tony, what are you feeling now that the whole atmosphere of this program has been changed from what it originally started as? Go ahead.
I mean, it's funny. At the back end of this program, it always ends up being about Jimmy G.
Always.
Until the 49ers answer the big question of whether or not they're going to restructure Jimmy G's contract. I think every single episode of every single talk show about the 49ers is going to be very much centered on Jimmy G, which I think is a good thing because, you're talking about the quarterback and Jimmy has some problems, but at the same time, he is still a very good NFL quarterback. It's just that we live in an age now where there are a lot of very good NFL quarterbacks in the league. And so people look around and they always want to do better. And when, he gets hurt and we don't make the playoffs or when we lose the Super Bowl, people, they can't help but want something else. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we've talked about Jimmy G. I like Jimmy G a lot. I desperately want Jimmy G to be the guy personally because it would just answer all the questions. But at the same time, looking at it from the 49ers point of view and given his contract and how they could just move off of it, with a straight cut with very little financial implications, that is what is making everybody crazy right now because it's like, make a decision already. And especially given the salary cap situation, which puts in jeopardy our ability to re-sign people like Trent Williams, people are restless, Yeah.
And the thing is, John and Kyle don't help any by being silent.
No.
There's nothing. No. I mean, they're going to wait till next week, and then they're going to say, and maybe at the end of 2 weeks, if they do decide to keep Jimmy, we told you how many times? I mean, I'm singing a song here. I told you we expect Jimmy Garoppolo to be our quarterback 2021 opening day. And, because he's already done it 3 times, and Kyle won't even speak to anybody. So, you're right. They're quiet, and they're doing something, but what is it? That's what's driving people crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really hopeful, and I know I wrote a little bit about this too, but I'm hopeful that they do restructure Jimmy to bring that cap number down, and I think also, let's be honest here, Jimmy G has only played 47% of the snaps since since he signed that mega contract, and so and I will say this. I hope Jimmy G is the quarterback going into next season, but I also really hope that the Niners do get another quarterback this season who can back him up and who can learn Kyle Shanahan's very complicated offense. Oh, my cat's getting in the way here. Learn Jimmy G's very complicated offense. So anyway, it is a kitty. This is not Dante Pettis' kitty. This is my cat Basil. Anyway,
I thought me and MC Niner were comical. You guys are. There's nothing wrong with kitties. There's nothing wrong with owning a kitty. God.
There isn't. They're very, very intelligent animals. No, here's what I think. I want the Niners to re-sign Trent Williams. I wouldn't mind if they drafted Rashawn Slater to solidify that offensive line and made the pocket better for Jimmy. But at the same time, Jimmy will his contract is done. I think he has 2 more seasons that he's under contract with us. Max. And then after that, I don't know what's going to happen. So the next guy has to be either drafted or if it's Jimmy and we extend him, we should absolutely have somebody that we can develop and maybe even flip that person for picks. But one way or another, I'd rather solidify the offensive line and then draft a capable quarterback who may be able to mature into the next guy. And I would like us to keep Jimmy G. And if we can draft the next guy, that's basically it. Yeah.
and I think they're meant to do that with CJ, but it just never worked out. I got to tell you, Tony, if I had to make a bet, I would stay away from the bet. If somebody says, is Scott going to bring CJ back next year? I'd freeze because I know how he feels about CJ. He might.
Okay. He may. CJ never developed into. He got plenty of opportunity. He had to start way too early. I think if Kyle brings back anybody from the last year's starting quarterback rotation, I think it would be Mullins, even post surgery, just because I think Mullins would be a better tutor. They always say Mullins has some future quarterback coach potential, and I think if they bring back someone. They'll bring back Mullins because that shoulder injury that he had was not as bad as originally feared. So, and CJ, he just holds on to the ball for too long. He is tough. That is great and all. He has an NFL arm, but he bounces too many passes off the turf. And, he will also go someplace else where his grandfather has connections and sign as a backup quarterback there.
Probably.
So I think if Kyle's going to bring somebody else back, it should be Mullins.
Yeah. I could believe that too. Kyle just seemed to really, it killed him to let Mullins start in front of CJ. You could tell. But he knew that was the right thing to do.
It was the right thing to do. You know what? If Mullins doesn't miss that first pass against the Eagles, who knows where the momentum of the season might have taken us. He missed that pass against, to Juice, and that wrecked that game. And that was sort of the beginning of the end of the playoff hopes for last season, But, that's just what happened. And now we have Josh Rosen, and now we have Jimmy Garoppolo, and God knows who else. But hopefully we draft somebody, hopefully we draft another guy, in the same spirit that Green Bay drafted Jordan Love. Niners should try to get a capable backup that they can develop, and then who can start after Jimmy.
And hopefully he's good enough to pressure. I want Jimmy under extreme pressure. People think I love Jimmy just to be loving him. No. He's the best thing we got, and I like what he does with that team. And they've developed something at this point in time because they put in enough time. But if somebody can come in and take Jimmy's job, fine.
Yeah. Actually. I think Rosen might be able to actually challenge Jimmy G, at least from a talent perspective, in training camp, if we have a training camp, because that arm is really live. That Rosen has the arm.
And he's a sharp individual from what I understand, so we're going to see. All right.
Yep.
All right, Tony. Awesome stuff.
Aloha, Ronbo.
Always.
Take care of yourself, buddy.
Man.
Aloha.
Aloha. See you soon. Friday, actually. Tony. And what did I see here? And Johnny V says, Ronbo, that's the guy. Rashawn Slater. Oh, okay, yeah. We've mentioned him a lot. He's my pick at number 12, provided we stay there. Russo would agree that he could start at tackle. If Trent leaves, if he stays, Slater starts inside, and he's our future tackle. And can you imagine, listen, if the legend of this guy is accurate, if he's out there handling Chase Young, using only half his body, he is the 12th pick if he falls that far. There's no way Kyle and John let that pass, And this way, God, but it's still going to depend on whether or not we sign. He's going to sign, but you still wonder, if you bring him in anyway, let him work. All right, Mike McGlinchey, I don't know, Mike, we'll see. Hey, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, as I keep telling everybody, I started out asking people, should the 49ers go after Kyle Rudolph? Yay! Let me say yay or nay. And now
nay.
I feel like a damn fool. There's going to be plenty of people to look at that Rudolph is going to be like in trouble if he goes to the same place they went. Well, and then somebody posts up, Jared Cook is available, right? What? Whoa. The Saints, they got to get rid of a lot of people. There's no telling what's coming out of the Saints.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people, Jay.
Right. They got salary. They salary cap is worse than ours. So
way worse because we didn't come out in a hole. We're a little bit.
Right. We close, but they way in the negative. So, but just to answer your question, Nate, I don't want Kyle Rudolph.
Okay. I don't either, for the record. Not now.
Right. With the people.
Right. We got a good tight end crew.
I'm sorry, Kyle.
I think we need to just start building on our line, just building that line up, building the defensive line up, and try to just
too,
get back.
Jay, something with the offensive line. Somebody mentioned just a few minutes ago too. What an offensive line is like a basketball team. All 5 guys have to move in unison and sync to be effective. If you have one guy or 2 guys like we had last year going in and out of the lineup, there's never any continuity built with that offensive unit. They've got to be together. That's why 2019 we weren't that bad, because those guys have been together. You got Staley. They got hurt. But for the most part, all those guys knew each other and how they move and what's going to do, who's got to do this, your job, your job, your job. We're going to work together because we know what we're doing. We've worked together. This is what they're talking about when they say the offensive line needs to work together to be effective, no matter who's on it. So we got to bring in good talent helps too, though.
They got to move as a unit because, you got to protect your main asset, and your main asset is your quarterback. So, you got to protect him, and then you gotta run block. So you gotta be able to do both, and you gotta be very intelligent how to, and I believe if Kyle's gonna try to get them on the right track and try to get them together so they can speed along. Because, like we said, we got some young talented people, and we don't want to use up their prime, by retooling or however you want to call it, or, rebuilding. We got players that we can win now, so I think, and it's going to start bringing pressure on Kyle. If he don't win next year, it's going to be kind of, they're going to be, start calling for Kyle's head if you don't win next year. Because you think about it, because he only had one winning season besides the Super Bowl. And, if he, what I'm saying,
Jay,
people going to start
Jay, if you make the judgment like that, though, let's go back to 2017, right? Starting from scratch, trying to put together some personnel, get the team built up. So really that year, it should not count, right? Second year, we're up, and we come up with a quarterback crash. Jimmy goes down to injury, right?
Right.
And then 2019, the whole team pretty much stays together, at least 75% of it, right? We still had too many injuries. And they get all the way to the big show. Well, and then 2020, of course, COVID-19. I really do believe if the 49ers have a normal preseason setup where everybody comes out and trains, works, gets ready, I wonder if that would have been the same with the injuries. Because the 49ers was built to destroy. The shows on National Geographic, Built for the Kill. That was the 49ers in 2020, but everybody went down.
Yeah, it definitely was, the COVID year that screwed us up. I'm not one to just say, hey, but it was like that with a lot of teams. A lot of teams didn't play right.
Yeah, I agree. But for us, it seems it just took over.
But you just gotta think, if we don't win this year, people gonna be chirping about Kyle.
They already tripping.
Right. They wait. So that's what I'm saying. The pressure's gonna be on. He got 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Where they're gonna be start trying to calling for this dude's head. I really like Kyle. I think we need to just, they need to get in.
Jay, if you had to go for another another coach, who would you like to bring in as a coach, though?
Really, I like Kyle. I want to keep Kyle. I think he's a brilliant young mind. He's a young coach.
No, I do. I love Kyle myself. It would kill me if they even talked about him leaving. But I'm just saying, next year, if, as you say, now Kyle has got to be kicked to the curb, is there another coach out there that you'd like to see come in? I wonder, Because you're right. As a fan base, we love to get rid of people, but we don't have any replacements.
Right.
So I'm saying,
right.
Yeah, who are you going to bring in, though?
Hey, really, I don't even know. I mean, Ronbo, I really don't know.
I see. The NFL highlights says bring in D'Amico. We'll elevate D'Amico to head coach. D'Amico better show us he could be the DC first. NFL highlights.
Right. Not only that, we already had that situation with, Mike Singletary. So
Yeah, we don't want to. I don't want a defensive-minded coach. He's got to be an offensive
No.
mind. Yeah.
Right, he got the offensive mind, and I think Kyle is the right fit. I think he just had some bad luck on his side, you know what I'm saying, with injuries, with, if we don't feel like Jimmy is the franchise quarterback, then we need to get that franchise quarterback. That's all I need to say.
That's easier said than done. Well, that's what I'm hoping. They do draft a quarterback this year. Let's get a look at him, see if he's got what it takes, train him up, and let him take Jimmy's job. Until then, though, Jimmy G is nobody's slouch. And we're going to see that. If he stays on his feet this year with what he knows now, boy, some people going to be eating crow. I'm going to be baking them pies. Ooh, because I know what's coming up. I'm more confident about this than I was the Nick Bosa pick, that Jimmy Ward would stay healthy, that Solomon Thomas was the wrong thing for the 49ers to do. I mean, all the things I've been right back. I know what's going to happen if he stays healthy. So we'll see.
Right.
But anyway.
I believe so.
We
need to build that out.
We got to go though, fam. Let's see you Friday.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ronbo. Appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate you, Jay.
Yes,
all right, fam. Oh, God. Good time to leave, too. Here come the racist boys. Love you guys. Not you, fam. Them racists. Boy, they like to come in here. They're like maggots. They just wiggle and squirm their way in and start being yuck. Gotta love a racist. Fam, hey, tell you what. Friday, there's no telling what's going to happen between now and then. And, boy, keep an eye on the wire. I got my phone notifications. I got like 4 or 5 different sources. You got to have you got ESPN, Bleacher Report, and several others, boy. It's just boom in your face. Whoa! And then one of our guys leaves, Oh, no. I'll see you Friday. In the meantime, have a great night. Thinking red and gold dreams, baby. Niners! God, I love doing that.